Yakın mı? Deswegen wollte ich die andere deswegen. Bei mir schadet es da wieder. Ja, komm.
Well, it is 8:30, so I am unmuting stuff. Alright. Hopefully, everything will go wonderfully and there shall be no problems at all. Alright, now we need 2 people who are not here. Alright.
I thought we started at 8:30.
We do. We are supposed to start at 8:30.
It is 8:30.
8:30 your time. My bad.
Yes.
Sorry.
Why? What's your time?
It's 7:30 for me. I just, in my brain, that was the last thing I heard the other night. I got sucked into watching Vanish from the Heroes Party.
Got it. Fantastic.
Sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Oh boy.
Alright. Wakey, wakey, let's get crazy. Welcome, everyone. I believe we've got everyone who's going to be able to make it this time, which is fantastic. I'm very much looking forward to the shenaniganry that you all get up to today. Very quickly, as mentioned previously, we are going to have a small bunch of people coming in to say hello after we have gotten started at about 9 o'clock. So if you see them in the chat, feel free to say hi and interact with them. They're from a Discord that specializes in helping new streamers sort of like get off the ground and get going.
Fun.
Right? I thought so. Alright, so who is on recap? I believe it was someone who was a bit late last time, if I remember correctly.
Does it really mean? Oh.
Yeah. It is you.
Okay.
I can fill in the parts that happened whenever you weren't here, because you were late.
Silence.
So I mean,
no, I was late by like a minute. So we had. Oh my god, why is it not letting me pull it up? Oh, that's why. So I'm not pulling up the right fucking thing. We had the week prior to this, we did our 0.5 session.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember. I'm so bad at... all the events blur together!
It's really easy, honestly.
Fuck.
Just remember by which silly voice you made.
I know that last week was our main group. We've been spending our time in Goyal Spawn. Okay, I cannot remember. I cannot remember for the life of me.
Trained, you went to the top of the mountain to see a fiery lady.
Yeah, we did.
And then we went and dragged Hestian to go kill something.
Right, we had that combat where we hunted, and then we didn't get to harvest anything, and then I was sad, and am now trying to find a different thing for us to hunt, because people want materials.
Well, I mean, You spent a bit too long investigating the thing, such that the time for how long the magic stuck into the creature would have been gone by the time you were done investigating, which is unfortunate.
We will
It's-
hunt and harvest something else then.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
I mean, there wasn't too much that happened last session, so I believe that is
Yeah.
everything.
Because I was trying to think, because I couldn't remember too much of what had happened.
A lot of it was all of you deciding what you were doing for your downtime, what skills you wanted to learn, etc., etc.
Yeah, that was, because that much I remember.
Yes.
It was actual, like, events of what happened on a more in-character level. That was...
Does
Was
anyone
it really just those?
does anyone want to chip in for anything Gonthar is forgetting today?
You say that as though you know exactly what I'm forgetting. I watched the episodes back, too. I have 2 separate instances of reasons to remember.
And yet you still don't.
And yet.
Sad for you.
The brain rot.
Indeed. Well,
I lose all my luck points for tonight, damn it.
that's not how we roll here. That being
Oh,
said,
fuck.
when last we left off, you had all just returned from a small hunt, with which things, you learned some stuff, but you also noted that the creature itself that you hunted appeared to have been infected with something that was making it not only sick, but was making it infect things around it. But given it was a carnivore, most of the things it encountered didn't really survive long enough for that infection to pass.
Yeah.
So, we pick up. You have returned to Goryeo Spawn. You are spending your next 5 days of training, I believe. Unless there is something you all want to get up to before then.
I want to hunt something else.
Well, you can talk to your friends about that.
Guys,
Go ahead, sir.
you guys wanted parts, right? You want things we can put together to make the stuff that y'all want, right?
Honestly,
I don't
the
know.
only thing that I care to find is some more herbs so that I might be able to make some remedies for anything if we get sick whilst on the road. Perhaps some more healing potions. Oh, by the way, and at this point, I'm going to give each one of you a healing potion. Or did I already give it to you last week? I don't remember.
Don't think you did.
You did.
I think you did.
Okay, yep. I'm going to give each one of you a healing potion.
As far as I'm aware, you
What
did
is
not,
this?
so you hand them off to people.
Is this more Firewine? This doesn't look like Firewine. What is this?
Oh no, it's not quite fire wine, but if you drink it when you're in a pinch, it'll definitely get you back on your feet.
I do not think this will work for me.
And why would you assume it wouldn't work for you? It's magical in nature. Typically what it does is just patches up any wounds you might incur.
Well, I don't know. I guess it was magic, maybe. Worth a shot. Do I drink this now? Oh, no. I don't drink
Do
this
you
now.
feel in pain right now? If not, then I would suggest no.
I do not feel pain. I do not know what that is like. I know what having feelings hurt is like. That's unpleasant. That I don't.
So yeah, long story short,
We'll figure it out.
5 days of downtime. I just want to see what kind of herbs I can find. Make some more potions of healing. Potentially make some any kind of remedy that might help us, such as a what's the word I'm looking for? Antitoxin, stuff like that.
Fantastic. I mean, you can absolutely spend your time doing that day to day. Everyone else, I presume you are continuing with your training, or is there something else you want to bring up?
I think I was just fine with continuing his training for the time being.
Fantastic. Zara?
Zara is doing his calligraphy, I think it is.
Yes, you're training to learn how to use
Calligraphers,
calligrapher tools.
I had to say calligraphy and not the other one. I got them mixed up because I'm an idiot.
I mean, it's not the worst thing you can be
calligrapher-
here.
Cartographers is what I sometimes mix it up with because I'm stupid. Yes, he would be doing that. Sometimes probably. Is there like a? Sometimes at night, maybe he'd like go like to the very forest edge and just kind of, just to get away from like the smoke at the top of the volcano and just look at the stars out of just thinking.
Fantastic.
After that previous fight.
Fantastic. Alright. So. Now, I'm assuming, Gonthar, you're continuing with your exotic armor training as well.
I'm getting used to a steadily changing shell.
Now, having some input in what your new shell is going to look like.
Yeah, it's not gonna look much different, I don't think.
We'll see.
Mostly because I wear this stuff. I don't know why you guys wear leather on your bodies. That's weird.
Well, so are you. Anyways.
I know.
Or he doesn't
I'm
wear
the
any
most-
armor.
Alright, so, first up, let's get started with Hestian, since you're working on, acquiring yourself some, various plants and herbs that you can use for alchemical and herbalist purposes. Let's start you off with, I want to say, give me either a survival, a nature, or a medicine check at advantage to be able to find and identify the right plants to do the job you're looking for.
I'm also looking for some for personal use.
Shocker.
25.
Alright, let me see here. So, and button click. Alright, so what you have in terms of your total gathering in these 5 days is you end up gathering about, you figure, enough materials that you could make about 5 tinctures that you could work with. Now, these can be either basic potions of healings or antitoxins, some of the more common recipes you can make, but you have enough that you could potentially make 5, unless something horrible goes in the actual crafting process. I'm gonna say that's gonna take the first 4 days of you searching and looking around in order to find that many. Are you looking to make just more potions of healing, or are you looking to make other stuff?
I was looking to make other stuff as well. Any kind of, like, if I find, like, any specific herbs or anything like that, or, you know, monster bits I'm going to use as well, for, like, just general, you know, resistances, you know, antitoxin, stuff like that.
Most
Just buff stuff.
Yeah, most of what you find is more generic herbs and ingredients that can be found near Golio Spawn. If you're wanting something for more specific purposes, you may need to go hunting.
Yeah, I'll probably end up doing something like that. Right now, I'm basically just grabbing base herbs, so that whenever I do get out with better stuff, mix it together and actually get something out of it, kind of situation.
Absolutely, love that. Alright, the other thing we're going to be covering is, I'm gonna say, Zara. While you are looking up at the night sky and reminiscing about things that have happened, give me a flat intelligence roll.
Like. Where is it? 18.
Fantastic. fantastic. So, while you sit, staring up at the night sky, relaxing, trying to think about everything that's happened to you, there's a moment where, while you're looking up, Key just sort of randomly comments, kinda wish we could go up there, you know? See what it's like.
What brought on this, sudden want?
I mean, look at them. All them stars. They are beautiful up there. I wonder what they look like when you get close.
Probably really bright.
Probably.
I
Still,
wonder how big they are, actually.
I mean, that little one said we were living on a giant spinning rock. So if there's more big spinning rocks like that, maybe the stars are even bigger spinning stuff too. You never know.
Tilt his head thinking about that for a moment. It must be really small then to be looking like that, unless it's a matter of perspective.
Well, I mean, everything's perspective when you think about it.
Links.
What?
No, he didn't. No, he just made a point.
Yeah. But, you spend the rest of the night staring up at the stars, enjoying yourself, and just relaxing. And you're able to spend a little time each night doing this. You don't really get much more in terms of revelations in these conversations with Key, but occasionally you'll spot something like a shooting star, and, Key will make an offhanded comment of, you wonder if that's just a rock that's burning? All sorts of little things like that.
Out of curiosity, has Zara ever heard a wish upon a shooting star in any of the villages?
You have not heard that particular phrase, no.
Yeah.
What most you would have heard is people looking up at the sky and hoping that Void doesn't see fit to return them to it.
Oh, excuse me. Okay.
But, with that, your 5 days of rest and relaxation pass, and for the 5th day, Hestian, if you're going to actively be trying to make any more potions, it's gonna depend on what you're trying to make, because I may need you to roll stuff.
Yeah, that's fine. I was kind of thinking, kind of tossing up some ideas in the old noodle, and maybe something simple like a salve or something that if a party member goes down or whatever, I'd be able to use it for them, and it would for a moment have a quote unquote regenerative effect for a round or two. I thought something like that might be neat. Additionally, just antitoxin also, just in case we get poisoned or anything like that. Having something like that on hand would be dope.
No, absolutely. I will say for a salve to handle that sort of thing, you can make potions of healing in a lot of different formats. If you're looking to make a salve that's more of a topical cream but still have the same basic effect, that's easily something you're able to do. I
was thinking it'd be 1d4 for 2 rounds. So instead of like the 2d4 for a regular healing potion, it'd be like a regenerative kind of thing.
I'm gonna say, if you'd like to do that, as well as for the antitoxin, I'm gonna need 2 separate rolls. They're both gonna have to be medicine on this one, but that you will be making them with advantage.
Yeesh, I need to bone up on my medicine then. I was hoping I could just use my alchemy tools. I mean, it's the same save, but still.
I mean, the difference here is
20.
if you're using your alchemist tools, you're making the roll flat. If you're using a skill with those tools, you are doing it at advantage. That's the big difference.
Exactly.
But
I am going to use my magical guidance on that 10.
Fantastic. Give it a reroll.
Hey, let's go.
All right, fantastic. So, with that, I'm gonna say you are able to successfully produce I'm gonna say 1 of these experimental salves that do 1d4 over 2 rounds. They still normally take a bonus action to apply if you and roll, or an action if you want the full effect, and an action to apply to someone else, and they will still have to roll. However, the other 4 that you're able to make, if that's what you want to spend your resources on, will be antitoxins.
So the only other little caveat with that, like since it's like made to be put on someone, I was hoping that the action to like apply it to somebody would kind of counteract the fact that I don't get the +2 from a regular healing potion, and it's like healing over time instead of a lot of healing at once.
In this case, I'm going to say you will not be getting it to have that, but it will be functionally 1d4 plus 1 each round.
Okay. It's something I could work on later then and try to refine it better or something. Maybe it's too thick right now.
You can absolutely spend some time researching and trying to refine something, but to create something that specialized is going to require special ingredients as well as extremely high rolls in medicine.
That's fine. That makes sense. Alright.
But
what am I going to call it?
Hestian's special touch salve.
Hestian special
God.
cream.
That's bad.
Yep, that's what it's called.
I'm not apologizing.
That was the joke for that night.
But you're able to make a very rudimentary version of that, which, as I said, it's 1d4 per round for 2 rounds. Same basic application as a potion of healing, so for the purposes of action and bonus actions, it more or less counts as the same. If you want something better and more specialized, yes, that is going to take more research and more special ingredients. But, as you all spend your last day doing research, doing practice, getting everything set up and ready, you all end up meeting back up in the meat house at the end of the 5th day. And I'm gonna say, who is showing up there first? Zara, I'm gonna say you're the first to arrive at the meat house.
Okay.
Would you like to check to see what hunts are being talked about at the moment?
Sure.
Alright, give me an investigation check.
Wait, which hunts are being talked about? I'm just curious. Would that be perception?
In this
I'm
case,
listening.
when I say talked about, I mean the ones that have been... And to clarify, when they write down these, it's less of, like, written, and it's more like there's a rough drawing of whatever it is.
So Monster Hunter?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay.
And it's, like, looking
15.
through the board. Ooh, with a 15. Okay,
Yay.
let's see here.
All I have to say is Monster Hunter drawing, and I get it.
I haven't played Monster Hunter, so I can't give you that information. Definitely tempting to try, though. Meantime, however, so, with a 15, you make note of 2 different, things that make sense to you. One is there's another dangerous carnivore in the area. Two, and I'm just going to bring up what this one is. There has been some mentions of some very unusual monsters. The rough drawing looks like something that, for lack of a better term, looks like it's got a bunch of limbs that are not the limbs that are supposed to be there in each spot.
Okay.
With the 15 investigation, you know the high-threat carnivore is probably about last seen 6 hours out of town, and these other things are maybe a day out, but when you talk to the person at the bar who explains what they know about these so far, it gets told to you that these creatures, for lack of a better way of phrasing it, seem to each have weird abilities dependent on what sort of thing they've got going on with their extra limbs.
The dangerous carnivore was how long out?
About 6 hours away from town-ish. So you could easily go the next day and come and make that a full day trip, and still make it back by the end of the day.
And the other one was a day, right?
Correct.
Okay.
But that's what you learn. Next person to arrive is going to be Gonthar.
Hello! Hey, Zara!
Hey.
What are you doing? Oh! Did you find a cool one?
2.
She's standing very clearly, way too close. Which was it?
A dangerous carnivore and a unusual group of monsters that have many limbs. The carnivore is I don't know how to do time in this world because I don't know if that's a thing.
I mean, half day's travel would be an approximate for 6 hours.
Yeah, I was about to say half day's travel, about maybe, give or take, and the other one is about a day out. Also, look at a campaign discussion. Robin.
Hang on.
Ooh,
Alright.
that's cool.
It's weird that you said that because I just put a message in chat too.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Like
Wow,
as you were saying that, I hit enter.
yeah, no, that's not entirely that far off from how these things would be written up. Or drawn, more accurately.
Yeah, I definitely I'm definitely getting a strong Monster Hunter vibe from the campaign, and I dig it.
I mean,
So a half day and a full
especially here.
Oh yeah.
What directions are they in?
I say the directions because I assume I got them.
You would have been given the directions. Like, the directions themselves aren't that important, but you are given rough directions to where they were last seen. The large carnivore is probably a little north by those half-day travel. The full-day travel would be to the southeast.
Okay, so they're not in the same direction.
No.
That's what matters.
Oh.
Ah. Well, is the closer one more interesting? I don't know. I can't really tell.
Hard to tell when you only have so much information.
This is true.
Hard to tell when you don't have blood. They're all kind of the same to me. Weird.
Zara and Key blink.
Fair. I'd say at this point, Hestian and Vinkosh, you're both arriving at around the same time.
Ooh, could we say that we arrived together?
Well, that's up to you.
You cool with that, Vinkosh?
We're probably gonna end up coming from very different areas, so I doubt it's gonna happen.
Sad.
I mean,
Logistically.
you can easily meet up with each other on your way in. Oh, and hey, look, all of the raid train nerds have shown up. Hello, people.
I hear the dings in the background.
You're welcome. But,
Party of 20, goddamn.
yeah.
It's the most purple we've ever had.
People.
But, as we were saying, the two of you are, you're able to encounter each other outside of the mead hall before coming in, so...
Well, yeah, as I, kind of see him, I give him a wave, and I head inside, hold the door open for him, and, as he's walking in, I kind of, put my hand on his shoulder. I've heard that you might have found a hot spring. I was wondering if I might find myself an invitation, because I truly would love to be able to wash your back again. And I give him a very suggestive smile that is probably going to go over his head again.
It'll probably be a bit of time before I head back over there.
Oh, I'm a very patient man, I tell you. As I head in and go up to the bar to get a drink.
Alright. So, you're more than able to do that, and the two of you end up arriving, and as the two of you come in, you see Zara and Gonthar over by the board where things are displayed for the various hunts, and you see them looking over a couple and having a conversation if you would like to go and say hello.
Yeah, I'll head over after I, get my drink, for sure.
Sam! Thank gosh! Here.
Well,
We found some things. Sorry, found
I
something.
suspect since you're both here, you found a hunt that seems interesting?
We found two. I don't know which one's more interesting. Maybe you will. Which one looks cooler?
Well, Vinkosh, or not Vinkosh, Zara, which one seems more interesting to you?
Well, we have a dangerous carnivore and mentions of unusual creatures in the area that have many limbs.
Well,
I know many
something
things that have
carnivorous.
many limbs.
Something carnivorous could be fun to hunt, potentially.
How many limbs is too much?
Estian
Well,
honestly
settle you.
ponders the question for a minute or two.
Well, that's probably
like
the most
8?
thinking he's done all campaign.
I know I've seen like... wait. I think I've seen at least 6. Oh wait, you don't count that.
I think that my maximum number would be 2. It would just
Do you
get
count the
too
head?
floundery at that point.
Does the head count as a limb?
No, of course not. It's a head. Looking
Even
very
then,
confused.
Zara and I have 5 limbs.
No,
I was
So
thinking
6 the limit. The acceptable limit.
I think we're getting off topic.
There was a topic? Alright!
So, Zara, give us a rundown of what these creatures, what you know of them. Have you ever heard of it, either one of them, or whatever the creatures are?
To make it simpler so we don't have to go chasing down the rough sketched images, I'm just gonna use, was it Minor Illusion, I believe is what I have? Yeah, Minor Illusion to conjure up both of the images, and I will also bring up the carnivores about 6 hours away north, and the unusual monsters are about a day's trip southeast.
Well, obviously I choose the one that's closer. I hate to stay away from the mead tent too long, but if you all want to deal with the smaller gaggle of creatures, we can. But a carnivore is a carnivore, and if it's this close to town, it could be an issue for trades trying to come in. Especially if it's like the carnivore we seen the other day. I'm more inclined to look at that one, if I'm honest.
Can you describe what the carnivore one looks like?
So, very loosely, it looks similar to carnivores you have seen before. Bipedal for the most part, shorter arms on the front. From the drawing, you don't see any of the weird coloration that the one a few days ago had. That suggested it was perhaps infected by something. You do, however, notice that from the way it's the poster is set, it's potentially that there is two of them instead of just one.
I'm sorry, you said that there were two of them?
Possibly. You're not certain, but from the way the poster is drawn, it looks like it might be a pair of them together out in the wildlands.
Instead of multiple limbs?
The carnivore might be carnivores. So we might have a, what's the term I want to use for this?
Could be a
mate.
Ship. Or that, sure.
Could be a mating pair, so we might be able to find some eggs.
That is delicious. And also, if there are two of them, and it's not strictly stated that there's two, we might be able to fetch a fair bit more coin or scale as well.
From the looks of it, it does say there was two, so this is the price they're going to pay for.
Why are you so interested in scales?
Well, personally, I'm not. I have very few myself, but I do try to see that my family is seen after.
Okay. Okay.
And of course, I want to see that my friends have their pocket purses, wobbly fed, as they say.
Wait, you teasers? Oh! Language is weird.
Wow. Well, my
Can we check out the limbs? We can see whether... We can see what the limit on the acceptable number of limbs are.
Alright, so...
Or we can leave that to conjecture.
Alright. Sounds like the current party consensus is to go after the pair of carnivores at the moment. Am I right?
Yeah, probably.
Fantastic. Alright, so...
Also, what do the unusual monsters look like?
How do I best describe these without giving away too much?
The thing is if you just tell us the unusual monsters and you say there's a picture and you don't describe the picture, it doesn't help us.
I know. Give me a second.
On
Because
Roll20, there's a freehand draw tool.
I have a much easier way to do this.
AI?
No, actually, it's just doing this.
I wouldn't be able to describe that if I tried.
Biblical accuracy.
No, that's totally easy. That was totally easy. So it's like this thing with these bits off of it and these little eye stalks and like there's these... No. Yep. No, this is why there's...
Biblical accuracy.
Exactly.
Welcome to the dawn of creation.
This thing
Now
has
gods.
this, like, from the picture, this thing probably has like way too many eyes and way too many pieces sticking off of it.
I would not know.
So yeah, that is the limit of appendages. That's definitely too many appendages, for sure.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. But that is the rough sketch of the thing that you see is about a day's travel away. You do know that the more unusual and the more rare the creature is, like, the better the parts you're usually going to get for specialized crafting, but it is farther
just gonna
away
say
and
that.
potentially more dangerous.
That's exactly what I was thinking, because that looks like a kind of an earthy bit kind of critter. And my opinion may have shifted. You know, I don't mind camping out in the woods, as long as you guys are okay with hearing me bitch about it.
Just seeing the image of that thing makes me really want to go after it.
Oh yeah.
That's
I can
kind
definitely
of
get some legs about that thing.
Biblical accuracy is. I mean, that's a good choice. Well done, Robin. That was tasteful.
I thought you'd enjoy it.
I'm fine with either.
Well, if you are all undecided, we always have the option of rolling odds and evens, and you can just go for that one.
Dankosh, Zara, how are you two feeling about it?
Let's go ahead and have a look at the closer one. We'll be able to get back in time for our training.
No, that's true.
Yeah. You do know, hang on. You do know that more or less, like any training you have, your teachers know what life in town is like, so they would expect that you would leave for something and then come back to continue training afterwards.
I agree. Let's go for the closer one, and then if we
Yeah.
have time, we can go for the one further out. We don't want you all to disrupt your training. Could be an issue. And there was a particular patch of herbs that I wanted to look at, not far off in the woods as well. So
Alright.
I would like to get back tonight so I could check that out. Or tomorrow morning, I guess, would be the time.
Alright.
When are we leaving?
Sounds fun.
That is an excellent question, actually. What would you all like to leave and do this overnight, or do you want to leave in the morning?
I would be fine doing it. Doing the moving during the night.
And the rest of you?
I have no problems going tonight. It'd be nice to get out and stretch my legs.
Should be
We've been here for
fine.
some time.
I'm fine either way.
What are you
Alright.
stretching like?
That's all.
Alright then, so let's go ahead and get a move on.
Alright, you all get onto the trails and start heading in the direction where the potential breeding pair of big, hungry beasts has found itself. As you are traveling, I'm going to need one of you to make me a survival check. If more than one of you is proficient, you can help the other with advantage.
I'll go ahead and do it because I'm probably the best modifier there.
Yeah, I'm not the best at survival, so.
I can help.
Oh, you can help.
29.
All right. So, not only do you not get lost traveling in the dark, because by the time your training would have ended and by the time you would have went to the mead house, it would have been fairly late in the evening, but you're also able to recognize which game paths are more frequent and which ones are more padded down, both by travelers as well as local wild animals. And you're able to take those and you shave, you think maybe an hour off of your travel. And as you get close in the wee hours of the night, I would like perception checks from everyone.
Okay.
Oh,
I can
that's
see everything.
23.
The one weak link.
Alright, so, Hestian, you are the first to notice this, but Gonthar and Vinkashi are not far behind, as you hear maybe 100 or so feet from you something that is snoring, I think is the best way to describe the approximate noise. It's more like breathing, but just from a very large creature. And as you focus in on the noise, you do pick up the sound that there is two of them.
As soon as I hear that, all of you feel a presence in your mind. As I'm like, hold on. And I kind of like pause. And I just listen. I think we may have found our sleeping breeding pair. You listen closely, you can hear something. It sounds as though it's either growling or snoring. And if it's snoring,
Fairly sure it's
good for
snoring.
us.
Well,
So how do you all want to approach this then?
I can take to the skies and just bombard them like crazy, honestly.
Right, of course, you can fly.
Yeah, that was really
Short
cool.
while.
Wait, that is
I
right.
wish I could do
Oh, I was so hungover, I forgot. I thought it was a dream. That was real?
Oh, I'm surprised
Yes.
none of you have
Yeah.
noticed.
that. I noticed. It was cool. I didn't say
Well-
anything because we were a bit distracted.
Bombarding could be a good way to go about it, but if we deal too much damage with magical powers, then there's a chance we could spoil the entire thing as we did last time. I wouldn't mind getting some parts off of these if we're going to be spending our time doing it.
I think that was the goal.
it was indeed.
Perhaps we could try to separate the creatures first and foremost, and maybe lay some traps. It could help us, and we'd be able to better designate how to actually deal with them so we don't destroy as many materials whenever we're trying to harvest them. Well, trying to take them down before the harvest, of course. I doubt they just let us start plucking bits off while they're sleeping.
I'm trying to think. What could we do? They don't hear us like this very well, do they?
No, they can't hear us at all, as long as we're speaking inside of each other's minds.
No, I mean like if we walked up to them.
Well, they are predators, so the likelihood of them attacking once we get too close or they get wind of us, I'm sure it'll wake them up.
Because I think if we just surprise them, maybe we can focus on one and then deal with the other. I think.
What do you two think?
I reckon I will be able to sneak up on them.
I do like your idea of harassing from the sky for sure. Sorry, what were you saying?
I'm more of a ranged combatant.
Yes, and I think that your flight would definitely help us here. I seriously think we should try to split them up. We do have ways that we could use the terrain to our advantage to separate the two.
I can help split them up.
I'd really prefer not to fight them 2v4, if possible.
I can split them up.
I
I'll
agree
make
with
them
I
run
think
from
that's
you.
a good idea. Zara, you could attack from the sky, harass one of them, and pull them off to the side, and yourself and Gunthar could take care of it, while me and Vinkosh take care of the other. Or at least hold it off long enough for you to bombard the first one. Because honestly, with this too,
I
I'd
think
be fine with just getting parts from one if that's worst case scenario.
I think it might be better to have me push one away and have it run, and then we deal with the one that's closest.
I
And
disagree. We think about it like this: if one runs away and we only get one, we don't exactly get paid, right?
Well, it's not running
Do
away
kill
because it
them
wants
both.
to.
Well, the contract we got was for both of them.
I'm not saying, like, it runs away and we never see it again. I'm saying, like, it doesn't participate in the fighting for a while.
So you just mean to run it on a wild goose chase? My only concern with that is the fact that you are not made of meat, and after not too long, I feel it would lose interest in you. Especially when it was
have
being
interest in
separated
me.
from its breeding mate.
Well, I'm going to make it run from me. Like I did both times we fought. Have you been paying attention?
Well, yes, I have been paying attention. I've been having to run after it.
You're talking of your.
I know
your
you've
fear.
been paying attention.
I suppose that could work for a while. We have very little time to slay the first one. Spells of that nature typically don't last too long. How long does yours last?
Mine? I don't know. Most things haven't lived that long to find out.
Right.
Alright.
Let's see.
Well, since you are close enough to do so, I am going to move you to another map. As you are probably at this point, and I would like some stealth rolls if you're trying to get close without waking them up, please.
Yeah, probably. Do we... Anyone have anything we want to use before we do that?
Perfect.
You do have luck points if you'd like to spend any on it.
I only have 2.
Yeah.
Well, I have 3 now, but everyone else can roll. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm
gonna burn another sorcery point because that's a bad roll, and I don't like it. There we go. That's better.
stealth. There you go.
I
Wee.
mean, if it helps, Sar, I believe you also... do you not have the ability to use sorcery points to try to reroll stuff?
That's
You should.
Is that one of the meta magics?
No.
No,
No,
that's
it's
one of the
magical
things
guidance.
from
I don't know.
Tasha's, if I remember correctly.
I don't know if all sorcerers get it though.
All sorcerers get it.
Oh, wow, I didn't even know that.
I did not put them on my sheet, so I do not
I don't even have that for.
capability.
I don't even have that for
Okay.
Yeet.
Okay.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, it is something that sorcerers got because of Tasha's, so I'm
Yeah,
assuming
it
you
is.
have it.
I didn't put it on my sheet.
Well,
Okay.
you're welcome to take the time to add it, and if you want to try to reroll that stealth, go for it.
I can link the actual ability. Let me...
I found it. I have it up on 5e.
Okay.
Alright, fantastic.
Which this
It
is
does
fine.
say optional. Yeah.
Alright. But now I'm going to put you on this map while you make the decision whether or not to reroll. Let's zoom out a wee bit so, you know, we can have the fun of watching.
More of them. 2 of them.
Alright.
Why are we rotated?
Because I believe I had you on this map previously on a boat.
Okay, I'm fixed now. I have been improved upon. Alright,
Well,
so they're
we've seen
sleeping.
those before.
Fuck! They're
Yeah.
over a river.
I believe this was one of the first creatures we ever battled together. It's a little bit nostalgic, isn't it?
I thought that was what we've... You know, I don't remember.
These aren't exactly too tricky to take on, so let's see what we can do.
Yeah. That's... concerning. I don't think I'll be able to do what I was trying to do unless they come closer.
crap. I forgot to roll my D8 earlier. So we're all connected for 6 hours. Up to 6
Fantastic.
miles.
We'll assume you were smart enough to hold off to do this connection once you got close.
No, I said that as soon as we heard it snoring, that's whenever I did it.
Ah, my apologies, I didn't hear that. Alright, so, obviously, these things are asleep. So let's get turn order set up. Let's get everyone's initiative on there.
So but combat hasn't started yet,
No,
right?
correct. Combat has
Okay.
not started. They are still
We're just getting
asleep.
initiative from
Correct. Which
Well,
is why the battle music hasn't started.
I don't think I would be able to hear the battle music anyway. I mean, we'll see. I don't know.
Gonna make that, Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm still above them.
Yeah.
You can use a sorcery point to reroll.
No. As long as they're, not before me, that's fine.
Yeah, fair enough.
Alright, fantastic. So, as they are currently asleep, if you get within, I'm gonna say, 60 feet of them, you either need to re-roll your stealths, or we are going to be starting combat.
Dun, 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 dun.
So are we still in... Are we going by turn order now, or are we still free
No,
to do
you are
how we-
still free.
Okay.
That's why I'm letting you know if you move within 60 feet of them, you will be either re-rolling your stealth or initiative will be starting. They are asleep, so they are less perceptive than usual. Okay, Vinkosh, are you going to be re-rolling your stealth, or are you wanting to kick us off?
Let's go and keep sneaking around.
Alright, give me another stealth.
Dun, 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 dun.
This is about the closest I'm comfortable getting.
I'm gonna circle up around this ridgeway here and get onto the other side of them.
Oh,
Dun, 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 dun.
I gotta check the ranges on my ability.
Oh,
I
you
really
poor
would love to
thing.
get closer, but
I'm gonna hang out on this ridge.
you really know how to make things more difficult, don't you?
Oh, you poor thing. It's like
You're the one
IDM.
that put the tokens down on the board, Robin.
It's almost
on you.
It's almost like IDM for you people.
Yes.
What do you mean, you people?
Yeah, what do you mean, you people?
It's almost like you're a sadist.
Like-
Excuse you. I resemble
And we love
that
you for it.
remark.
Yes, you do. You resemble it very
noises.
closely.
Oh,
I just want to
alright.
be clear that I identify as a squirrel, not a person. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay,
Don't
good
look me
to
with
know.
those people.
Is it because you're so nutty?
It is exactly that. Yes.
It's because his cheeks are sitting in
So, as we all kind of get into position, I sometimes kind of give a shout out to everybody in your heads because we're within 6 miles of each other. All right, if we're all in position, Gunther, Zara, if you want to ring the old alarm, as it were.
I would love to. I don't think I can make either of them run away from me right now.
Well, first off, Zara would get their attention with his flights and his fireballs, and then once they wake up, you fear one of them off, and me and Vintosh will pounce on the other.
I can try crossing the river. I could try, but that could kill me.
Don't worry, we'll collect the stones and take them back to your father.
The stones are
Oh,
not
that's
important.
harsh.
We may just have to improvise here.
I'm
I
sure
don't think
she'll
I
be
can do
fine.
what I was going to do, unless they come to me. And if they don't come
Well,
to
yes,
me,
of course.
it just
They
means I
would
do
come to
something.
you. They'd be coming down after Zara.
after Zara?
Give me a moment.
Okay.
We're having our
Like-
squishy ring the dinner bell.
Like, the very second, like, you guys say you're ready, I'm gonna take Gem Flight, and then I'm immediately gonna fireball them.
Okay, then
Like
let
once
me
they say I'm ready, or they're ready.
Then I'm turning
I'm
on
waiting
our
for them.
battle music. Oh, apparently. Hang on.
Hanging.
2 blades appear in my hands as I kind of crouch down on the ledge, getting ready to do something really stupid.
Oh dear.
I am going to make sure that I'm behind cover, that I can
What's
keep
going on?
myself behind.
We're
Apparently
going to
has
have.
been introducing stupid.
No, Robin.
Yeah, I know it.
Oh no, I'm trying to fix things, because apparently people watching the stream could not hear the background noise. So I've turned on the
snap.
music.
It's all. That's how it sounds, by the way.
Like, to you?
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Let me turn...
If you want me to later, I will help you just find music you can throw into the jukebox. It'll be way easier.
That's not even my concern. I'm just trying to get the music to actually play. And I want it to be able to be heard is the issue. And, like, none of you are able to hear it at all?
No, I
In
couldn't hear it
fairness-
Wednesday either.
Is it supposed to be coming through Discord?
It is supposed to be.
I can hear, like, a tiny bit whenever you speak and your mic, like,
Well, that's...
activates. I can hear a little bit of music behind it.
Allow me to, adjust things. Because it's supposed to be going through.
Hashtag
Yeah.
intermission.
I have everything set up on Discord and on with voice meter and with the stream that people should be able to hear it, and I do not know why they cannot. Let me, yeah, because this is set for...
I can hear it through the stream itself.
Okay.
It's a little quiet, but I can hear it through the stream itself.
Well, I can turn up the volume on the stream.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can hear that, but it sounds like it's music that's coming from the background, like from deeper in your house. Like someone's watching TV
Well,
in another room.
well,
That sounds fine to me.
I'm gonna have to spend some time fixing that later then.
I just turned it up and it sounded fine to me.
Alright, well,
I don't.
you know what? I'm gonna make a note, and we're gonna see about fixing that later. For now,
I
let's...
can help you later.
I know.
Uh-huh.
For now, let's get started with the actual combat. So, everyone was getting their prepared actions off. Let's get those in order. Zara, you're starting us off with the fireball.
I said I'm waiting for everyone to tell me they're ready.
Okay.
I will be using Fireball at the same time that he does.
Fantastic. Hestian, what are you using to launch this?
Well, I mean, they're launching it off, but after they do, I'm gonna do a distance spell, Psychic Blast at these fools.
Fantastic.
Ooh, funky.
And how about you, Vintosh? What are you starting yourself off with?
I'm gonna stay hidden.
Fantastic. Alright. Then, let's get your prepared stuff firing off. Give me damage rolls, and I'll hit some saving throws.
So, first of all, I take Gem Flight, so I can go up 30 feet up in the air. And then I do the vulnerables, and I'm gonna Metamagic Transmute it. So it's not VR, it's the fun one. Let's do Cold.
Fantastic. Let's do the one that terrifies Gonfar. Oh, wow, so that's a thing. And the other one, let's get their save as well. So
Don't know if unconscious makes them unable to do
it,
Dex saves.
as far as I know, being asleep does not interfere with dex saves because they're not.
automatically fails
It
strength and
does
dex save.
automatically fail.
They
Yeah.
already failed anyway, so.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna have to fail mine as well.
Technically,
Well-
you're doing yours at the same time as mine, so don't they fail them both at the same time?
It depends on which one hits first, because they will be woken up immediately upon taking damage.
I think Zara's would hit first, honestly. It might be for the best that Zara's hits first. She holds her hand up similarly to how she did before, and there's a faint popping sound from inside of her arm, and a very small blob of bright orange magma shoots out, and kind of just flies over and lands between them, and the moment it hits the ground, it is a massive explosion that originates from that tiny ball, and engulfs them all.
Alright, give
Now
me
I
the
will need
thing.
dex saves.
I
Here
will
is
need the damage.
I will find the damage. There's the damage. Ah!
Appropriate. So I'm just gonna put this
Appropriate.
up.
Ah! That's fun.
Because this matters.
Good.
But they
No, it
both
doesn't.
failed
It
anyways.
does not matter.
I mean,
Get burned,
it
bitch.
matters for them, but it doesn't matter to you.
Correct.
Alright, fantastic. But now they are both awake. And, Hestian, give me your prepared action, please.
I mean, it's not a prepared action. I'm not within 60 feet of them, so I wouldn't be able to use it. It's just what I'm going to do on my turn.
Fantastic. Well then, we're starting off Vinkosh. These things have just been very rudely awoken, and they look angry.
Alright. Gonna sneak around here and attack this one. Well, the other
Fantastic.
one is distracted with the people throwing fireball.
Fantastic.
15.
A 15 is a hit. Give me damage.
7.
Wait, sorry. Hang on. No, it's showing me the wrong thing. A 15 is a miss. My apologies.
In that case, I'm gonna spend 2 key points up that to a 19.
Do you mean a 17?
Nope. Focused aim adds 2 to it for each point spent.
Oh, okay. Well, 19 will absolutely hit.
Alright. One more. Well, for 9. Kriv will react. Oof, that was a crit. For 5 damage.
Alright, so your first attack is dealing 7, your second attack is doing 9 plus 5. So, that's going to be 14 and 7, 21 damage is your total. Fantastic. Anything
Bonus
else for
action. I'm gonna spend another key point, dog.
you? Love it. Alright, is that everything for you?
In case this goes horribly wrong on me. That'll be all.
Alright, Gonthar, you're up.
Okay. Can I tell where their attention is focused?
You can absolutely do that at the moment. They are in the process of waking up, and one just had its attention turned towards Vinkosh.
I hope the other one pays attention to one of us. I am going to make myself be visible. And I am going to release 3 blobs of regular magma that isn't bright orange and orange. Where's the thing? Ah! Oh my god. 1, 2, 3.
Alright, let's see here. That is going to be 2 hits for 5 and 7, a total of 12 damage. Which one were you targeting?
The one closest. They're prone, right?
At the moment, yes. Actually, since they are prone, that means ranged
I imagine
attacks are a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Which
I imagine the
means-
first one fails.
Correct, so only the one is actually hitting.
Okay. And that's 2 luck points.
Indeed.
The secret hidden benefit.
Alright, so that was your action. Anything else for you?
I will use my bonus action to maneuver. Oh wait, no, I don't. No, I think my bonus action is going to be saved for something else at a later date.
Okay. Hestian, you're up.
I'm going to hop, skip, and jump over to here. And as I getting to here, yes, sir. As I get to there, I am going to throw my blades out, and as I do, they float in front of me and begin to swirl into one another. And then a beam appears, and I slam my hands into it, and a burst of psychic energy expels out in front of me in a 60-foot cone.
That sounds fun.
Guys. As I'm going to psychically blast these blasters. See what I did there?
Alright, let's see here.
And that is with a distance spell.
Yes. Unfortunately, I believe that means both of them save. Does that mean damage for half, I believe?
Yes, damage for half. And I don't think it
Fantastic.
has any other effects. Let me just check real quick. And they're also not knocked prone.
Well, they
So,
can't.
but
They
I
can't be
can-
knocked prone. They were already knocked prone.
That's true. Well, this. Oh man, shit! I just realized another part of that. I'm sorry, Venkosh. Just know that I love you. Let's chalk it up to I didn't see you under them, but they are both pushed 20 feet directly away from me.
Does that happen if they make the save?
Yes. Oh no! It's not. No. You're-
Yes. Thank you.
No. They are not pushed. Okay, cool.
All right. Fantastic. That everything for
So
you.
I
then.
purposely didn't push them because I didn't want to hurt Venkosh with push damage. So whatever.
Oh, that's your excuse, right?
No, I was planned. It was
Yes.
planned. Totally planned. And after I do that, I'm going to cunning action, hop, skip, and jump, and find a place down here to tuck myself into, out of sight from them.
I assume that means the hide action. Give me a stealth roll.
Yes, please. Oh my God!
That's
I
not
don't like that
great
roll.
for you. All right.
Nope, I don't accept that.
Oh, you
I
don't
don't
accept
accept
that, huh? What are you
I
gonna
don't
do
accept
about it?
that, no. I'm going to spin a sorcery point to reroll it.
Oh, okay. I see.
There we go. That's better.
All right. If you're all done, Zara, you're up.
Alrighty. I didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna go 30 or I'll go up to 45 feet up.
Fantastic.
So they can clearly see me if they look up.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to hold my hands together and I'm going to pull them apart as this another fiery ball is going to be in his hands, and it's going to quickly freeze over once again as I transmute it, and then I'm going to hurl it up into the sky, and I do Zara's Minute Meteors again.
Yay.
I can do that now. And multiple small asteroids are gonna hover up in the sky, and 2 of them are gonna come down pretty much right in the middle, hitting them both.
So
Fantastic.
is each meteor 10 seconds? Or
What?
I think
meteors.
it's there.
Shut up! Concentration up to 10 minutes.
So, very
They're
quickly,
moving.
I do need to ask, what damage type were you changing it to?
Is that cold?
Okay, I did not hear it. Thank you for that. Give me damage while I make them make their saves.
I so want you to teach me that spell. It would be psychic for me, but that would be, I really want to learn that spell.
Why would you change it to psychic?
Because Because Hestian doesn't have the ability to cast any magic except for psychic spells.
Makes sense.
Alright, so, each of them is failing one and passing one. Excellent. So that means, this first one is gonna take 6 and 5, so that's gonna be an 11 total. And the other one is going to be also doing 6 and 5 for 11 damage total. Fantastic.
And that is cold, period, going forward.
Fantastic.
That was a my action. And I am gonna let out a roar towards this one to essentially try and grab its attention to my direction. I remember last time you said they were about 30 feet tall, so...
Correct. Alright.
Could I do an intimidation with my bonus action?
I'm gonna say no. Alright, if that's everything for you then? Alright, fantastic. Also, doesn't it say it takes your bonus action and when you cast the spell to drop those meteors?
When you cast a spell and as a bonus action each of your turns thereafter, you can spend 1 or 2 of the meteors.
So you still get your bonus action that first turn then. Fantastic. Alright, so first up is the one on top, who is going to stand up and is gonna bite the closest thing responsible for waking it up in the middle of the night, and how dare you. So, Zara is gonna have... Sorry, not Zara, Vinkosh, you're gonna have 2 attacks coming at you.
Alright, disadvantage.
Yes.
I assume it stands up.
A 5th,
Miss.
it does, yes. And then finally...
Oh,
That is nothing I can do anything about.
Nope.
okay.
So it's gonna do 23 bludgeoning.
Jesus.
You have your reflecting thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up. That's how I'm gonna be using my reaction there. Because that hurts!
I would, yes.
Reduce that by 12.
Fantastic.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Alright. That is that thing's turn. It can't do its bonus action thing because the bite didn't succeed to grab you. So, next up is the other one, which is looking at options that within range. I'm sorry to say, while it would go after Hestian as you are the closest, it can't see you. So, it's got 2 options, odds and evens.
Oh, crap.
Alright, Gonthar.
Hi.
It is standing up, and it is then dashing to get towards
Yay! I don't have to go over the river.
It worked!
Unfortunately, that is all it is able to do this turn. So, Vinkosh, you're up.
Alright, Vinkosh will wipe away a bit of blood before going all in on it. 25.
25 will hit.
Or 9. I'm not gonna spend the key points on this, I'll just take the miss.
Alright, fantastic. With anything else for you this turn?
Yep, I'll spend 1 key point to continue dodging.
Fantastic. Gonthar.
As for Kriv,
Oh, yeah, sorry, for Kriv. What is Kriv doing?
she will be backing away, flapping down his shoulders and retreating.
Unfortunately, that means this thing is going to try to bite Kriv.
Yep. Just going down Vinkosh's back, does she get cover?
She is getting cover for this. As she is a small creature, she is going to have 3/4 cover.
So I can't remember how much that was.
5.
Oh my god.
I believe a 29 will still hit.
Believe
This
so.
thing will be butchered.
Crit gets eaten. Swallowed.
Oh my fucking
Or
hell!
at least restrained. Ah!
Oof. Yep. Kriv,
That
right
is-
before the attack lands, immediately calls out. Before a rip into the rift appears, and she jumps through it, dodging the attack as she disappears from the fight.
Ooh! That's cute.
Love it.
I wish I could do that. I
Uh,
really wish right now that I could do that.
Alright, that is going to be that then. Kriv was clever and got the hell away from that shit, but she is very frightened, so she's not coming back for a little bit. Or at least not until you use some energy to try to coax her back out. So, Gonthar, you're up then.
Alright. I am going... So, she... Let me make sure it's... she lifts up, the... Described before, a kind of, bandolier-like, mixed with like a bandolier and a lapel, of her leather tunic, and from beneath it, a bright orange glow, that has smoke, thick black smoke, kind of like that from the volcano, rolling out of it, and as it does, it starts to morph into shapes of faces and creatures and horrors lurking in the night, and the smoke curls its way and crawls towards this creature, and begins to move into its eyes as demons begin crawling from smoke. And this is a heightened spell, so it is a disadvantage. For
Fantastic. It fails.
Okay. Get ready to run, bitch.
Alright, well, that's your action. Anything else for you this turn?
Give me a second, I gotta do the thing with the concentration. Ha! Okay. Let's see. I think this is good. And I will be following shortly. What is... What Sorry, give me a second. Yeah, with a bonus action, I will burn a first level spell slot, or into a sorcery point.
Fantastic.
And that will be it, I think.
Alright, Hestian.
Yeah.
Alright, Hestian, you're up.
Excuse me.
No, sorry, I was talking to the fam. My bad. As the plan has gone off without a hitch so far, from my position, I'm going to Arya. Hold on, one second. Yes. Okay, sorry. I'm going to brandish two ethereal blades, two pinkish purple blades, as I throw them both at our friend over here, the beastie boy over here.
Alright, fantastic. Give me the thing.
This is the first one. Shoot! And then this is the second one. Wait, is that a... No, that's just a regular roll. Okay. Ah, I did roll an 8. Why do I keep rolling 8s? That makes my die smaller, and then I fire off the second one.
Yeah. The second one is a miss, unfortunately.
Well, it's an advantage, so hold on.
Oh, well then.
It's still only a 12.
Are both attacks at advantage? Are you using steady aim for them?
Well, yeah, I'm not moving, so, I mean, yeah. I mean, technically I guess technically after the first one I wouldn't be hidden anymore, so yeah, it wouldn't be an advantage. True.
So then we're gonna count that as the first roll was for the 25 and the 10, because it would have been advantage as you were hidden, and the second attack would have been the 12. So we're gonna say the 25 hits, you're doing a total of 31 psychic damage. Very nice.
And, so then yeah, I will, after that, no, he's getting ready to run there. I'm gonna go to here and prepare another blade to strike this bozo when he tries to run away.
Fantastic.
Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna strike it whenever it runs away. I'm just gonna go to here and just prepare for this one to do its next thing. That's it. I'm done.
All right, fantastic. Next up, Zara.
Okay, Zara's gonna raise up his hands to each to two of the meteors that are up in the sky, and one's gonna hit this one, and one's gonna hit this one.
Fantastic.
It's not landing close enough for me to get.
No, it's
Okay.
probably right in the
Thank
middle,
you.
and it's only a 5-foot radius that you can do. Here.
All right.
Blast his things in the head.
So both of those are failing. So one is taking 5, the other is taking 6.
That was my bonus action.
It was.
I'm also gonna move 30 feet this way, still 45 feet up in the air, and I'm gonna do an Eldritch Blast at this one up here, I guess. 15 and 21.
Hang on.
Actually, I'll make the 15 a 18.
Who are you shooting that at?
The top one.
Okay, you said an 18. I assume you're spending some luck points. An 18 will hit. And so will the 29.
Nice.
Cool. That's 8 and 7.
Alright, 8 and 7 for a total of 15 force damage. Whoa.
As he pulls out the gat.
Yeah.
We don't have those.
This boy ran up with the blicket.
Alright. That's everything for you?
Duh. In turn, tries to
Alright.
high five Key and realizes Key has no hands in his set.
Womp womp. Alright, so first up is the one here that is taking more of a beating than the other one. It is going to start with doing some chomps. So these are coming at you, Vinkosh, as you are the closest.
Disadvantage.
They are.
They're both gonna hit. I think Vinkosh is going to.
Alright, so here's the first hit.
Again.
Yeah, Vinkosh is down. He's.
You do still have your reaction. You might be able to reduce the damage enough to stay up.
There's no way I can actually reduce that much damage. Not with the tail also hitting me.
True. As a note, when you are hit, Vinkosh, this thing is picking you up with its mouth, and it looks like it might want to swallow you.
Yeah.
But you are not swallowed yet, you are merely unconscious, grappled, and restrained.
There's nothing these guys can do. The character's dead.
Oh my god, dude. No.
Sorry, what? What was that about
Wait,
dead?
Unless you guys can heal me, I'm dead.
We're about
I got you, boo.
We're about to
got
find
you.
out. As this one, which has been feared, is running away, and it is using its action to dash. And it is placing itself with its head behind its mate to cover itself from the thing that is making it afraid.
It should still be able to see me. Hold on.
As I recall, that spell requires it to break line of sight, so it doesn't see you.
Fair enough.
So I am going
Alright.
to roll something to see how successful it is. Unfortunately, it does manage to succeed.
Of course it does.
But it had to use its action to dash, so that is all it is able to do.
It does take 10 fire damage.
I got that already. That is going to be it for this turn. Vinkosh, your turn. Death save, please.
Hold on. Even if it takes damage, it doesn't lose its fear effect.
No.
No.
Oh well, then
That's
shit.
not-
Then yeah, I'm gonna slice the bitch when he tries to run by me. Then.
Are you able to?
Yeah, I mean that's. I originally positioned myself there to do that, but I thought the fear effect would be gone if I tried to. Hit it.
It does
Wait,
not
please.
come close enough for you to get the attack of opportunity. Unless you've got a reach of 10 feet.
I mean, okay, that's fine. I mean, where it was like right here, and with the size of it, like to get past me and around to where it was. But I mean, that's fine. All right, we can move on. That's fine.
Alright, Vinkosh, good news, a 13 is a success for you. Gonthar, you're up.
Sorry, my turn has changed a bit. I did not think creatures are able to break... that a creature can break line of sight.
It is functionally using the torso of its mate, both of which are gargantuan creatures, to attempt to...
I know, but... I mean, the same logic could be applied as it using its own torso.
Or just
Like
closing
it-
its eyes.
Yeah.
Or just closing its eyes.
Yes,
I think the
There
idea is
is
to have
valid
like a-
ways of doing it, but they'll have to keep their eyes closed for the round.
yes, which is why I'm having it, like,
Okay.
attempt and make a roll to see if it succeeds or not.
Okay. So it succeeded in breaking line of sight,
Correct.
then it needs to make the saving throw again. It
Well,
needs to actually make the saving throw. Yeah, it's a pass.
alright, so, anything else for you, Gonthar?
Yeah. Well. Uh-oh. I'm trying to figure out what the hell to do. Because this has changed some things. Okay.
We're all connected mentally, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to yell out to you guys. Just keep up the damage. I'll get Vinkosh out of there.
Oh, dear. Okay. My attention might be shifting from the one that I've been attacking, to try to get... Wait a minute, wait a minute, hold on. Sorry, I just realized I might have a way out for him.
I literally have a way out for him. Like, no problem.
Willing creature. Fuck. Okay, that wouldn't work. Alright, in that case, I will stay where I am. And I am going to release another 3 shots of regular magma.
Okay.
And this one is going to be at the one holding Vinkosh.
Alright, give me attack rolls.
Alright, there.
Alright, that is
Those
it.
should all hit. Thanks.
They all do for 21, 18, and 21. So I will let you
Great.
know, it does go down after the second shot, so you're able to redirect your third to the other one if you'd like.
I will do that.
Alright.
I have to say.
So, you land a shot into this one, and as it hits the ground, Vinkosh, you roll out of the restraint that is its mouth. You do not have to take any damage nor any death saves as a result of this.
You should have given him 2. He's inside this thing's mouth. Boom, boom.
I'm not.
Nice.
Anything
It
else?
didn't damage me, so...
Anything else?
I'm gonna
Gonthar?
save you. It's fine.
That... Okay, that was a full spell slot. God, that was awkward as hell. Okay. I think that's the end for me, for my turn. Actually, wait. No.
No.
I am going to make my hand, specifically the right hand, the flames that are engulfing it rage bright hot. And she uses this. Sorry, sorry. There you go. Just FYI. Y'all just see her hand start glowing really bright hot, and that's it.
Fantastic. Alright, if that's everything,
It's really hot.
Hestian, you're
Yeah,
up.
that's
So seeing Vinkosh lying there, super duper not great dead almost.
Wait, sorry, I
basically.
can't do that. That's a... Never mind. It doesn't.
Hestian kind of stamps his foot out and lifts his hand as he does, the space around Vinkosh begins to distort as his body vanishes and lands back here behind this crevice over here. As I am going to cast... why is that red now? That's so weird. I'm going to cast Vortex Warp on him.
Oh, I love Vortex Warp. It's a great choice. So that's your action.
And then I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to come over here. No, that's a bonus action. I spent 2 sorcery points to do so.
Quick and stealth. Got
and
it.
I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to reach into my bag. I really do hope I mix this well. And I'm going to lather him up with Estian's Special Cream.
All right.
And after I do so, I'm going to use the rest of my movement to step back over here and pull out 2 Psychic Blades and look at this. Well, actually, little bitch can't even see me. Actually, yeah. He's got his eyes closed this round, doesn't he? So I'm going to go ahead and snuggle myself over here.
Something like that.
Fantastic. So, this round, Vinkosh, you are getting 1d4 plus 1 points, which has been rolled.
Plus
You're getting
5 because of stronger healing.
fantastic.
Ooh, that's cool.
No, wait, plus 4.
And that'll be at the start of your turn, Vinkosh.
Yes, that is when you're gonna get the other dose.
I'm just
of
gonna
this
mark
stuff.
it. I'm just gonna mark it now.
Makes sense.
Because I guarantee I won't forget.
All right. Assuming that's everything for you, Hestian. Zara, you're up.
Here it is. Zara's going to... I'm just going to make it easy on everyone. He's going to put his hands together as another ball of fire is going to erupt into his hands. And he's going to hold it above his head as it gets bigger and bigger, and then it goes high, and he goes, okay, well, it's gone now. And he just, 1, transmute to cold. 2, he just lowers his hand, like, nonchalantly, and he's going to get hit with a 1, 2, and then this massive frozen fireball that looks like a 3rd meteor is gonna hit him.
Love it.
Ha.
Fail.
And
Fail.
yeah, no, it's failing all 3 of those. So that means it's gonna take 26. Yes, 32 points of very cold energy.
Just pelting it in the face.
Yeah, that's not a fan of that. Is that everything for you?
I'm gonna move. That's the wrong tool. I'm gonna move over to Nya, and as I'm going in that direction, I'm gonna go up another 10 feet to be at 55 feet.
Fantastic. All
Okay,
right.
now I'll go up to 60. Fuck it.
All right.
And that is
Fantastic.
turn.
All right. Next up, the one of these that is still alive. Given how many people are here, it is going to rush
You
over.
can only see 2.
That's true. Well,
No. Why can it not see you?
Because I moved into a place that was clearly out of its line of sight whenever it was blinded, basically. Like, it couldn't see anything.
You would still have to do the hide action.
Which you did not. That you took your bonus action to save someone. You did not hide. But, more to the point, it is using its standard movement to get to here. After which, it does have the reach to do this. So, it is going to... Actually, it can do this. So, it is going to make 1 attack against you, Hestian, and 1 attack against Gonthar.
Ah. In that order?
Yes.
Okay.
So first up, Hestian. And Gonthar.
That hits, and it takes 15 points of cold damage as I suck the heat from its body.
Fantastic. Hestian, do you have anything to fudge with its attack on you?
Not at all.
Fantastic. Alright, so damage for Hestian. And then
Yeah, I'm at 2, 1 shot.
and then damage for Gonthar.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Alright. Next up, because that is all it is able to do, Hestian, you are currently grappled and restrained in this thing's mouth.
Fun. I'm dead. I mean, it's fucking 51 points of damage.
Yeah, these are big, dangerous creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Cautious
Vintosh
heal. Get up.
is
How
another...
bad does this thing look?
Oh, this thing's extremely rough. But, for your
Move in.
healing... is 8 points you are receiving at the start of your turn.
That's not really gonna help much, but I'll try to finish this thing off.
I believe in you.
I don't. God damn it. 26, that's much better.
The 26 will absolutely hit.
Con save, please.
Absolutely. One moment, please.
If fast.
Unfortunate.
Well, Flurry.
Flurry of blows.
And we're gonna add on the favorite flow mark for this one for additional 1, so 8.
Fantastic.
And
Also a hit.
no, I actually double rolled.
Oh, the 15. Do you wish to add anything to it?
Yes, I'm gonna be spending 2 more key points.
Fantastic. You make it a 19, which hits. And it goes down.
Huh.
As Vintosh, you slam your fist into this thing, trying to get it to let go of Hestian. And the concussive reverberations of your fist jostle it such that it slams into the ground, and then Hestian rolls out of its mouth.
Ugh, smarts.
I presume one of you wants to feed a potion to Hestian.
I got him. I got a free heal clear wound.
Fantastic.
Oh, I thought we were in turn order still.
Nope. Combat is done. Hestian, you're receiving 8 points of healing.
These things are big, aren't they?
It's not about them being big, it's about their rather large canines more than anything.
Zara's gonna come down and land
Definitely
as
gonna need a
his...
drink.
Zara's gonna come down and land as his crystallized wings kind of fold in, then turn into arcane energy and feather off into the winds.
Alright, fantastic.
Weren't these creatures supposed to be rare? Why are there 2 of them just out here mating with one another?
There were 3 of them in the area.
We killed the third one already.
I'm rare, and there are 4 of us in a single town.
The terrible Pyrogen and Crib will hop out.
True enough.
Hello.
Kinda get up to my feet. Well, I think that, the reward was just for large creatures, yes?
I'm fairly sure it's the ones that they were drawing, yeah.
Well, yes, that's the problem. I feel as though somebody knew what it was and sent us out here on a fool's errand. I will have words with this person, but for now, let us gather what we can from these things.
Alright.
Give it a look and see what we can gather from it. I need a moment. I sit down as I pull out my fire mead and take a very long swig out of it.
Alright.
And immediately knocks himself out.
Yeah.
So, before you start knocking your asses out and drinking your fire mead, let's start with the harvest check. Let's start with your analysis. I need, because this is a beast, so I'm going to need probably survival on this one.
Okay, spend Kosh.
Since this is the second one of these things that we've harvested, could we get advantage on that?
No.
Are we doing a survival on each of these, or just one roll for both?
Well, that's going to depend on all of you. Because you can split up, but it would need one of you to harvest and one of you to carve for each of them.
I can do carving.
Well then,
I won't really know.
you can absolutely divide labor on this one. That is not a problem here.
Let me see. This is the wrong
I
thing.
need to get on the other side of that river. No, I can't.
Just have
There's a
FCN help
bridge.
Zara.
I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna do?
No, I need to
kinda
get on the other
too
side of the river
scared-
anyway.
Yeah,
I
as you
need
like
go
go to
there.
start walking over, you feel the ground start to distort underneath you,
Oh,
and
that
then
makes this worse.
you whip over to here.
What? Oh,
There. The zoom
Okay, that's
in
safer.
with those that one.
thank you.
What did you find, Vinkoff? I say as I kind of
Like this.
stammer up onto my feet.
She goes and scoops up that one bright orange small ball of magma and puts it back under her shirt. There we go. Zara, what were we
Take 1
doing?
point of fire.
Are you good at assessing these?
Assessing what?
Points
Like
to
their parts?
this.
Do I look like I am?
Slow turns, looks to Hrakhamar, aka Key.
Alright.
I have been around you creatures for a best 2 years. I do not know anything about how any of you work.
And Hestian,
I've barely
no.
gotten to understand culture.
Hestian, no. It was not 1d8, it was just 1.
Oh, okay, cool. I took one anyway.
Alright, so you already know most of the time what parts these things have, as you've encountered them before. That being said, this time, one of the mating pair, as you're moving the bodies, you do find about 3 eggs underneath. So eggs still require the harvesting mechanic. So here are your total numbers and what each of them will require. So it's up to you to decide which ones you're wanting to go after. I will need the survival roll from either Gonthar or Zara for who's assessing what parts can be grabbed off the second one.
I
You'll
will
at
do
least be able to carve it. You'll do the carving?
Yeah, I'll do the carving.
Okay, as Zara is going over this beast, Key is kind of going to come over his shoulder, and he's going to be assisting him, and no one knows it, but this is suddenly cast on him,
That's hot. Nice.
and I'm giving it to survival.
Mm-hmm.
You're giving that to yourself or to Gonthar?
It's a range of self.
Got it. Fantastic. All right. I'll take that survival roll then from you, Zara, if you would please.
He's casting it into a magic teddy bear and then handing it over.
No, you still haven't fixed that thing yet.
Also,
16.
wrong campaign.
Yeah,
I'm
guys,
gonna make a
we
17.
We do have an audience to keep vague references out of it.
Okay. You're careful. It's a joke.
I know, it's okay. So, one of you is getting a 26 on one and a 17 on the other. Now let's get your carving checks. Either dexterity rolls with proficiency, or a survival roll, if you're proficient in that as well.
You said just Dex?
Dex with proficiency, or survival, if you're proficient in it.
Okay. I will take Dex. And I have 4 separate attempts. If needed. Okay. I'm going to burn a lucky feat to reroll.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. That's
Alright, so that is a
and I'm
23.
going to
Your
burn-
proficiency adds another +3 on top of that.
Oh, never mind then.
So that is
Okay.
alright. And can I get the dexterity or survival roll from you, Hestian?
Actually, I
Yeah.
need to check the actual, like...
Because I'm assuming you're doing this before you have your drink.
Huh? It's funny you'd say that.
Yeah, because I'm
no,
trying to give you
I'm
the
not.
best odds. Because if you're...
No, I'm not.
Because okay, well then you're making it at disadvantage.
I was already gonna impose that on myself. I promise you. I was already prepared. Alright, and boop. And I will... I'm gonna burn... Do I want to re-roll or do I just want to add?
That's a question for you.
Hard question. That is definitely a hard question. I do know that first and foremost, since this is an ability check, I can burn a psionic power die, and it's a
can.
D6 right now, so I could just add a D6. I'm gonna add a D6 to that.
Alright, so
So-
that becomes a 19 until you want to add any luck
And then I'll
points.
burn 2 luck points to make it a 21.
Alright, so yours is a 21, plus Vinkosh's 26 from earlier. Fantastic. Alright, so you know how many points you have to work with, and you can see what the prices of those points are. Please, Vinkosh and Hestian, decide what parts you want first.
Which one do we have? Do we have the one with the eggs, or is the one
No,
with eggs the one over
the
here?
one with eggs is the one over here, because that's where they were sleeping.
Let's see.
I can't remember how.
I want the heart. We tried to get the heart out of the last one and we couldn't get it. I want one of these things.
Okay, so hearts.
Alright,
Scales are nice, but I actually would rather have the hide. So if this 35
Yeah.
far.
mhm.
So we got.
45.
Yeah, let's get the teeth or claws for weapons. Doesn't really matter
I was
what.
gonna say, wait, how many? We're at 35. Shit, we're just shy of being able to
Well,
get the liver.
I would like the scales, I think.
Well,
No,
Does-
You
Yeah,
guys,
business.
you guys have one that you guys can.
yeah,
guys
sorry.
have one.
Brain
Yes.
fart. Yeah.
yes,
Get
no,
out of
you're harvesting from different creatures. Please be patient with yourselves.
So.
Oh wait, hold on. So is their list the eyes, the flesh, the blood, bone, eggs, and fat? And then our
the
list
list-
is...
No.
The lists are identical, except the one
Okay.
that over here has eggs.
Okay, okay.
Anyways.
So, Hestian
So
and
hide,
Vinkosh.
heart, that's 35.
Indeed.
So
you probably
should-
get like one
would you
more
be
thing
okay,
that's
Vinkosh?
5.
well, actually, Vinkosh, would you be cool with us? Wait, what's our number? It's
Wait, sorry, yours is 47. Apologies. So
Yeah, I
you
was
can
gonna
get
say,
10
yeah.
more.
So would you be okay with grabbing some more blood in the eyes?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah, that's what we're gonna. Actually, you know what? Let's take the
No
fat.
way.
I want to make some grease. Let's take the fat.
Hold on. 35 blood eyes will put us to 45.
In this
I
case,
said-
one eye and a bit of blood is going to put you the same place as grabbing one thing of
Yeah,
fat
I'm just checking.
would.
Just
Yeah, I
need to
think-
check what fat actually does for me.
I mean,
Well, I know
it's,
for me, I can make grease with that fat, which would be very useful.
and
Well,
fat
it
is
has
also
magical
used in
effects. Is the
cooking.
thing.
Ooh, it does have magical too, doesn't it?
Yes, all of the parts that you are getting special have magical effects, whether they're using them for crafting or if you're using them for like cooking or potions or whatnot.
Ooh, that's right. That's right. Okay, so maybe blood and eyes would be the best in that regard, because I know with these things, blood, they're titans. They're like
No, these
they're
these are
cold.
not titans. Actually, these are just beasts, very large beasts, but these are not titans.
I can figure out something. I can figure out something to do with the blood. I mean, it's up to you, Vinkosh. The only thing that I definitely want is the heart.
Well, this actually fat does reduce damage of cold specifically, and we will be fighting cold enemies later on.
All right, yeah, let's grab the fat then, because I mean, I could use just a little bit of the fat to make some grease. I don't need a lot.
Much as well, like the claws, the hide will help our armor.
Yeah, definitely.
As a reminder, when you get parts for something, you get a single use of that part. So you would be getting one thing of fat for one thing you want to make. You would have to get more fat to use it for something else.
Yeah, that's
So
why
I
I'm
feel
saving it for
like-
later.
So I couldn't like just shave off a little bit to make some
No.
grease. Like, okay, I got you.
No, these are magical components. This is not using natural ingredients. These are inherently magical. You need to use all of it
Alright,
to
that's
get the
fine.
effect.
That's
Alright,
fine. We'll
so-
grab the fat. for a cold resistance. That's cool.
So it's hide, the heart, and some fat from the first one. Alright. Gonthar and Zara, with your other one, you've got 43 points to work with. What are you wanting to grab?
How about...
I would want scales, and I think aside from the scales, I don't... Either... I want something hard that can be infused into the shell. Scales sound probably the most fitting. But I suppose that could also potentially be done with bone.
Well, most
But I think
common scale armor made in this world is made using literal scales, so...
Yeah, I would imagine that scales would be able to be integrated much more effectively. For our
More than
purposes
likely,
bone.
yes.
Then let's do scales, so that's 15.
Okay.
Let's do teeth, because that would be good for a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Let's grab the egg, just because protein.
Yes, now...
I assume.
as a quick reminder, getting an egg is going to be getting one of the eggs intact.
Fair enough. And that is something that, like, Hestian can probably use.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially. I don't know.
So
And
good,
do we want,
Vinkosh.
just for our last 5, you want an eye, flesh, or blood?
Oh, good question.
Actually, egg is going to be a lot more relevant, you would think, really soon.
Yeah. Let's get blood. Well, all 3 of those I think are fine.
They are.
I'll be alright with blood. Alternatively, we could drop the bone, or sorry, no. Drop the teeth, maybe, and instead take hide? Or no, not, sorry. I'm having a brain fart. Never mind.
Okay.
Ah!
Blah, 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 blah.
The,
Under pressure.
no, my,
Take
it's
a deep
been,
breath.
it's
Take a deep breath. It's okay.
I don't need a deep breath. I need the brain to work. Okay, let's get the blood.
You're not my supervisor.
Okay, so that would put us up to 40. So scales,
Yeah, no,
teeth,
no.
eggs, blood. Or egg, blood.
Egg.
Scales,
Egg,
teeth,
egg.
egg, and one thing of blood. Fan.
Alright.
A single drop
Already.
of blood.
I already noted it on my character sheet.
Yep, we all give it to you. We're like, here you go.
You're all just
My back
making
breaks.
Vinkosh carry everything.
I can
Someone,
carry it.
We don't have Atlas.
I can carry it.
I'm fine with
like,
him carrying
cautious.
everything.
someone's
I
gonna
will-
need. Someone's gonna need
I
to
am gonna
invent
need
a bag of
couple things from
holding.
you.
I'm
Right.
working on it.
I am gonna need that vial of the Triceratops blood and a horror beast and this blood. Whenever we get back to town, Vinkosh.
Okay. Make sure to mark the Triceratops, Horror Beast blood, and Regisaur blood in your inventory before I delete mine.
Because they are different bloods, so.
Well,
Yeah, no. So far, we have 3 different types of blood now.
both the Triceratops and Regisaur blood are both beasts, but I'm not sure the rarities. And Horror, I think, was a monstrosity?
The horror beast, if I recall correctly, I want to say yes.
Why do we have the horror beast eye handed over and the pouch of horror beast claws handed over?
They were handed over for crafting the weapons.
Gotcha. And also, that's another thing I want to touch base with the craftsman to kind of see if he was able to get any energy out of those void scales when we get back to town too.
You can absolutely ask them when you get back. They've had time to work on it and see what they could do.
All right.
Before we even get back, my survival buff goes away.
Indeed.
While we're kind of in the jungle here on our way back, after that, after that, I think we should probably rest for the night. There's really not going to be anything too dangerous. And well, okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to do this in character. I don't know about the rest of you, but we did take off kind of long in the day, and I would rather not travel with an open wound. Would you all mind if we stayed here tonight and found
Let's just
camp
camp.
here?
All right.
I doubt there's too many other predators in the area with these two roaming about.
I will have to point out, and I'm sorry this is gonna kind of suck for all of you, but to properly harvest the parts from a gargantuan-sized creature, it takes 12 hours to do so.
Well, shit.
Yeah, we're camping anyway. It's fine.
Let's walk back anyway.
The bigger the creature is, the longer it takes to harvest the parts. But they have to. The process
That's
has to be
totally fine.
started quickly, which is how the rule set works.
But
But
after we get done with this, it's going to be super late anyway, so I'm totally down with staying here for the night.
What time is
It's
it?
good. Let's just walk back. It's morning at this point.
by the time you finish, it will be, I'm gonna say, early afternoon, because you arrived here at night fairly late.
Yeah, I
That's
think
fine.
let's just walk back at this point.
Walk back
No,
and
no,
face plant,
it's
pass out.
Take a short rest and walk back.
The next day, right now, you said, when we're done?
Yes.
Well,
So,
then we'd be exhausted.
yes, so after you are done, I'm going to need you all to make Constitution saving throws, please, for exhaustion, as well as, if you are wanting to head back right away, you absolutely can. You can, stave off the exhaustion long enough to get back and then crawl into bed, and have your long rest once you get back. I still need...
Concert?
Yes, please. And then last I need Hestians.
Yeah,
assume
no,
it's 16
Hestian's a prima donna. He's totally exhausted. He doesn't want to leave tonight today. He wants to rest for several hours.
I, the DM, need the saving throw.
Well, I was going to say he just fails it.
I just realized I was about to roll for Crib, but she could have just been sleeping the entire time.
If I can, I would like to opt to fail it just because he would not want to go anywhere. Like, after being up all night harvesting this thing
Fair enough.
and literally dying,
Well,
like,
let
he's
me
not
put
going
it
to
to
go
you
anywhere
this-
until he
let-
feels better.
Let me put it to you this way. This saving throw is for taking a point of exhaustion. It is not for being completely exhausted and tired, because you have still been up way too long. You're still extremely tired. You just don't have to take the point of exhaustion.
It's about whether or not, if shit hits the fan, you'll be able to stand up quickly or not.
More or
Okay,
less.
I'll just put it like this. Like, very frankly, the last combat we had, I was basically useless for a good chunk of it because I had a hangover that I imposed on myself. Like, realistically speaking,
I remember.
like,
And
being
that's
up all
still
night harvesting this thing and just the literally dying. I mean, y'all can like give him a shoulder and carry him back if you want to. That's fine.
I will carry
But
you.
like, this man is not walking back to town a 6-hour trek after that. Like, he's not
Get him.
doing it.
Get in my hands.
Well, you are able to get carried back or get a shoulder
You are
if you
picked up and
want.
firemen carried.
People
Remember,
are
it
welcome
is
to...
stone, so...
People are welcome to
That's
short
okay.
rest before going if they need to collect themselves before leaving.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I should probably do that too. Womp.
I'm
Well-
super sad because Vinkosh didn't offer to carry me. But it is what it is.
Sounds like a Hestian problem.
I was gonna say it
It
sounds
is.
like an issue.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I'm just gonna use a cure wounds on myself in the last one.
Fantastic. So, with that sorted out,
Oh, Hestian. You do
Solid.
need to use Vortex Warp one time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
oh, I love that spell.
That is my... Actually, I've got... Nope, yeah, that was my last one. I used all 3 of my second level spells for Vortex Warp that fight.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Alright, so, as you have finished and you've collected parts that you can make use of, I am going to want from one of you a survival roll, and one of you can give the other advantage on it for trying to get back without being interrupted by anything dangerous.
I'm pouting.
I made the roll, so 26. If I get advantage, 18 otherwise.
Alright, well, Either way, those are pretty good rolls, and over the next 6 hours of travel, you slowly make your way back to town. By the time you do arrive back, it is around when people would be leaving their work to grab food anyways. So you can grab a meal if you'd like, or you can just crawl your asses straight to bed. It is entirely up to you. But we are...
Grab a meal and then go to bed.
I'm
Alright.
going to the forge.
I'm gonna go find some poor sap to feel sorry for me and do Hestian stuff.
Of course you are.
Incredible.
I think Vinkosh will just eat and then head. Just wash off all the blood.
Fantastic.
First.
Do you want me to put you down just like
No!
in front of the house? And if she's talking to Hestian. Because she's fireman carrying Hestian.
Well, actually, if Vinkosh says that he's gonna go find a bath, Hestian is going to all of a sudden not be so exhausted.
Vinkosh is just going by himself. He's not really gonna mention it.
Ah!
Nah.
He's exhausted. He just wants the
Stonewalling, man.
time alone.
Stonewalling.
Oh,
Gunther
you
takes
poor
you
thing.
into the drinking tent and just like finds a random room and puts you down on the bed. Okay.
Oh no! Once we get to the drinking tent or the drinking hut or whatever, I'll kind of perk up a bit and go find somebody and tell them all of the horrible things that.
She's not putting you down. She is
Have some
walking
drinks.
into one of the
Oh, no,
rooms
you're-
and putting you on
I
the
am.
bed.
No, I will level 3 vortex warp as you go into the room and disappear. You have no idea where I went.
Well, that's inconvenient.
Anyways,
Is this technically just a, the con save just for, like, hey, can you go, like, the entire day without the rest?
Pretty much.
more or less it was
Yeah,
the
if you-
con save for you to keep going without a point of exhaustion. That's it.
If you skip a long rest.
Yeah, I'm just
Then-
making sure, because I might as well not waste a day, and, like, I'm debating if I want to just do learning instead of sleep.
I
You're a
mean,
machine, my boy.
you could. I will let you know that the people who are there are more or less, like, they've already wrapped up for the day, and they're all heading off to get food. So they were planning on closing the building.
Oh, I'm blacked out sleep, just...
Is Baltair the one making... Is Baltair the one making all of our equipment, or is it spread out among
It is spread out amongst
Okay, I
the
thought
different
so.
smiths who are available, but Baltair is more or less helping to assign them based on who would be better at which piece of equipment.
Okay.
Normally, Elder Torcall would be handling that, but he is busy dealing with people who don't know how to do their own jobs.
If Vinkosh doesn't mind, Gunther will take all of the pieces of harvested material down to Baltair and get his understanding of what can be made with them.
I was gonna do that in the morning, but if you want to do it, then...
Yeah, I'm going down there anyway for maintenance.
Alright, I'll pass over the hide, the scales, and the teeth.
Alright.
Sounds good.
You hand those over, and Gonthar, you end up going to Baltair. He tells you to set them on one of the tables and says he's gonna take a look after he wakes up, because it is the end of the workday and he needs food and a drink.
Okay. I'll see you later.
But, no, that is all done. Those of you who need to collapse are easily able to do so. You rest, catching up on some lost and well-deserved sleep, and you wake up the next day. The question is going to be, do you want to just get straight back to your training, or do you want to have any conversations with anyone before you get to it?
I think
I wouldn't
Vinkosh
get
will go right back into training.
Alright, let's see here. Let's go with, Hestian next. Do you have anyone you want to speak to after you wake up?
Yeah, whoever this fucking crackpot is that gave us this issue.
I mean,
Oh yeah. Contracts.
Yeah.
You gotta get paid.
Oh, I imagine we would have turned that over the night before.
you would have, and if you go to complain about it in the morning, Hestian, you will get informed that, We tried our best to draw the fact that there might be 2 of them, but you're still getting paid the amount expected for hunting 2 of these. The amount you get, by the way, is 160 scales for hunting the 2 of them. Total.
A piece or in okay.
Total. So for the
So
4 of you, it would be
each.
40 each.
Uh-huh.
So as they say that, I kind of scoff. So that's really it. And all of the hunters here that have been leaving this message on the board didn't leave some kind of ringing as to why they may have left it there. I'm sorry. At this point, I'm quite frankly offended.
Well, we put what's on the board, and it's up to the hunters what they do or don't want to take. Unless something's a direct threat to the city, it's based on what people want to go after.
Fair enough, I do understand that, and I concede that point. But at the same time, if you put 2 glasses in front of somebody and says one of them is poison and one of them is not, if they drink the poison, they still die. My only concern is that perhaps we might want to do better scouting in the future, and I think for this, the severity of it, the reality of what it really was, I feel as though a bit more compensation might be fair to ensure that hunters of our caliber and those who would listen to what we might have as an opinion warrants a bit more, yes? Persuasion if I could?
You can try.
I can try. And that's all I need to. Alright, let's see. 28.
Alright, so what he says in response is, well, I can't change the rules on how compensation's given out. That's not up to me. What I can tell you is I do agree that we need to get better scouting, but we only have the information that hunters bring back give to us. So...
And I understand that. I do.
It's out of my hands. I don't make the
Can
rules,
I
I
speak to your
just hand stuff
supervisor?
out. If you want to climb the mountain and talk to him, go right ahead.
I would be more than joyed. Thank you. Alright, I'm gonna go talk to the boss.
Yeah,
I'm assuming it's the dwarf.
it would be the Elder Torkal.
Yep.
He's
Me and
more-
this boy about to go to blows.
He is more or less treated as the boss of basically everyone in town.
Yep, I'm gonna go have a talk with him. You can jump to other people before we get back to me, but yeah, I'm gonna
I
go have a
planned on
conversation with
it.
him.
Zara, I assume you are going to continue with your training?
It's like you're psychic.
It's like I know. Anything else you are wanting to do or anyone you're wanting to talk to before you're getting back into it?
He got paid. He doesn't really have anyone to talk to. He just really wants to learn this stuff.
You can come
So
talk
do
to me.
I.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Alright, finally we'll come to Gonthar.
Hi.
Are you wanting to do anything in particular before getting back to your training?
I'm so lonely. When's my master coming back?
Well, your master came back the night before, after he got his
Cool.
food and drink. He went to bed and then woke up for the new day.
God damn it. Okay. We have some ingredients.
No.
He promised that he would figure out what they can be used for, so let's figure it out.
Alright, you go to talk to
She
your
will lay
Master
them all
Smith.
out.
As you are looking them over and he comes down in the morning, he does let you know that, well, he can't give any certainties on what materials can be used for. He can give you some rough ideas on what he expects the result will be, because you're never going to be entirely certain working with non-standard materials until you actually use them.
Yeah.
What he can tell you, and the parts you were sending up to him were the scales, teeth, and hide, yes?
I'm showing him every piece that we collected. Just as a, like... We collected scale, teeth, egg, blood, hide, fat, and fur. Although... Wait, did Hessian take... Did Hessian take some for... I'd assumed that
Hessian has the blood.
he has
just
the
has
blood. Okay, so we have the hide, fat, heart, scale, teeth,
Nope.
and egg. No?
Well,
He
Hardline
has the teeth, hide, and scales. Vinkosh is keeping the egg and fat.
And what about the heart?
Oh, the heart.
the only-
Definitely.
The only
Vinkosh didn't
things-
collect the egg.
The only thing that Hestian wanted was the heart and the blood.
We
That's it.
got the
heart
egg.
and blood.
Yes, and you also said earlier you were all handing it over to Vinkosh to carry.
Yeah.
No, I said
You
I'll
did?
carry it, and then Vinkosh was like, "Yeah, it's better to not have it all in one piece."
Alright, that's
that
fine.
wasn't me,
That's why
but no matter what, I'm carrying the fat and egg, and I already passed out everything else.
Okay, then, that leaves the scale, teeth, fat, and heart.
Like, we're not giving food ingredients over to a blacksmith. That's the recipe for disaster. Pun intended.
Well, again, the only things that Hestian wanted was the blood and the heart. Like the heart was the big thing that he wanted from the critter.
Okay, and Hessian's keeping the egg and what?
Fat.
No, I don't have the egg.
I'm sorry, not Hessian,
has-
Vinkosh.
Okay, yeah.
Vinkosh is keeping
Vinkosh
the
is
egg
keeping
and what?
the egg and the fat.
Okay, so he's just getting... I do think that the Mastersmiths can still have insight on fat, because that can be incorporated into...
Yes, and I need the fat for something else.
Okay.
So,
This isn't us, like, determining what we're going to be putting it into. This is determining what we could. So yeah, okay. So we have hide, scale, and teeth, then?
yes, as was earlier established and as we're confirming now, you bringing the hide, the scale, and the teeth for him to look over. You let him know what size and what type of beast it was that these parts came from, and he spent some time looking them over. And after a little bit, his rough analysis is that the teeth of a beast of this size can definitely be used to reinforce and strengthen the weapon. Scales, obviously, can be used with the making of armor and improving those. The hide as well can also be used for armor, but because the hide is like a larger piece that's more flexible, you can also use it for crafting like other clothing or like bags to carry stuff that are more sturdy. You could use that for a bunch of different things. It's really going to depend on what it is you're wanting to make with each. But
I
teeth are
imagine
best
this-
used for weapons, scales and hides are
Yeah.
best used for clothing, armor, that sort of thing.
Then I imagine... I know I got the scales because those are probably the natural, like... Those would be a very natural thing to incorporate into improvements on the shell.
Yeah.
Which doesn't necessarily mean that I'm taking the scaled option for armor, but... I mean... I still have scales. Okay. Alright. So, the hide specifically can
Yes.
still... You said that can still be used for stuff like clothing, so that's probably workable for armor frames, I would assume?
It
Armor
can
frames
be
and light armor?
used for armor frames and light armor. You can also use it as a potential ingredient if you're looking to try and make a bag for Zara to enchant. The hide itself would be a sturdy enough material that he could attempt to enchant it once he finishes practicing.
Oh. Okay.
He has
So,
not told anyone any of this, by the way. He's just
No.
learning.
but that's why you are told it can be used for armor, clothes, for making sturdy bags to carry stuff around in. It's a very strong, but also a very flexible material, so it can be cut and used in a lot of different ways. But that is the information you get from Voltaire. Any,
Okay.
any
That's
questions?
useful. Yeah. What are the others? I want to go tell them.
I mean, you've got a pretty good idea where they usually show up.
I know where Hestian is.
You know where
the
Hestian
first
was.
time
I
you're
know
wrong.
exactly where he
Yeah.
is.
For the first time, you're actually wrong. He's not there.
I will say.
Oh wait, no,
because
she
this-
doesn't have the arrow. Fuck.
Yeah, also because
The
it's
mental
funny,
arrow.
Gonthar, you rush down to the drinking house because you're thinking, hey, I'm gonna tell Hestian first. I know where to find him. And when you get there, he's surprisingly not there.
I must not be looking hard enough.
First time for everything.
I will let you try a survival roll if you want to try
Can
and
I
track
do
him down.
investigation instead? Oh, okay. Tracking him down?
Yes, for tracking down where he went.
Alright. Okay, that's decent.
I mean, in this case, tracking him down isn't just looking for footprints, it's also talking to people who see him frequently. And you get told that they think they saw him scaling up the volcano.
In fairness, a 14 is significantly surpassing my expectation.
I mean, yeah, that's
For her
why
ability.
that's why you're being told up the volcano, but nothing else.
I want to show him my home. Ah!
Alright, so, while that's happening, we're gonna go back to Hestian as you find Elder Torkal explaining to some of the warriors how to set up a proper patrol formation to make sure that they are less likely to be ambushed when out and searching.
Kind of getting a look over all of them. I just like, hold on. How would I respond to this? Can I do a high-low for myself to make the decision on how I want to react to that?
I mean,
That
if
sounds
you
like
want,
something
do
entirely
you
up to
want to
you.
gather information first before we're deciding what you're doing?
No. Hestian doesn't care about formalities. I like, it would be a 50-50 shot. Would he just like sit back and wait, or would he just burst in and be like, give his opinion?
Roll odds and evens then. Odds you interrupt,
All right.
evens you wait. Evens you wait.
I just kind of lean up against the wall and listen to him as he's giving his instruction. I make my presence known, but I don't involve myself in the conversation, though.
He does acknowledge your presence. You can tell that fairly well. I will say, give me an insight check for how this conversation is going. Alright, so with a 14, if you're satisfied with that number...
Yeah, I only got the one luck point, so...
Yeah, that's fair. Now, a 14 is a success, but what you get in terms of information is that it looks like, aside from the one person in the group, most of these warriors and hunters look like they're fairly inexperienced. And so, the one who actually has some experience, who was assigned to help make sure they don't get themselves dead on their first outing, is more or less, like, has brought them up because people in this town have a lot of respect for the Elder, whether or not he feels it's deserved. And so as a result, they're more of just, hey, can we learn from the Elder how to do the thing to keep us not dead? And that's what they're up here for.
Okay. Well, as they kind of wrap up and head out, the little bit more experienced guy, as he goes to start moving, like they're heading out, I'm gonna kind of move. I'm gonna walk up to him. I realize that you are a man who seems to know your way around the blade. Yes.
Some experience. I like my axes. Not so big on spears.
Fair enough. I'm gonna reach into my satchel, and I'm gonna pull out my last healing potion and hand it to him. For your men, just in case. They seem a bit green.
Appreciate it. I'll let you know how it goes.
I give him a nod and then smile real big at the Elder. It's Torkov. That's his name. isn't it?
Torkal, yes.
Oh, Torkov. I saw kind of like very bolsterously. Elder Torkov, it's such a pleasure to see you.
For those
How are you
watching
doing
at
this
home,
afternoon?
I'm just gonna do this real quick so they can see him. This is Elder Torkal.
Your beard looks just as luscious as ever. I did want to speak with you about a rather touching matter, though, if you have a moment.
You're buttering me up. Why you buttering me up?
Buttering is one way to put it. The other way is relaxing the reign of my Bane's existence toward you in a very flowerful way. But just to cut through the fluff, your scouts are struggling to do their jobs, to say the very least. Is there an issue with training, perhaps? And I'm saying that as a jeer toward him.
I'm gonna roll something real quick.
And it was a very open jeer as well.
He responds with, "What? Much as I would enjoy being the one to train him myself, there's one small problem. I'm stuck up here all damn day."
Thank God. I thought you were going to say it was old age.
I ain't old or dead enough yet to have to worry about that. No, the problem is I can't spend the time training them myself. They come up, I give them some advice, but I have to leave that to the youngers who aren't stuck here telling everyone how to keep this place from falling apart.
And that is a very important task that I admire you for, as much as you may hate it yourself. But as a hunter in this city, or this establishment, I would say that compensation for threats is just severely lacking. Have you seen the message board at all?
Not in a while, but shouldn't be that far off from being a fair compensation for a good hunt. People are told how that if a thing is dangerous, so they know to take whether or not to take the risks.
Well, simply postering carnival for two gargantuan creatures that are in the wood, it was not even clear whether or not there was two or not. It vaguely mentioned there may be two of them, but arguably, whether or not you see two things versus one should be more clearly posted, yes?
Well, if you want to pass along a message to the folks in the Ratton House, you can let them know that they need to be a little more clear on there. They're the ones who actually spend most of the time writing stuff down.
I did, and I felt like I pled my case quite plainly, but the receptionist was less than concerned for my concerns.
For clarification, you spoke to the person at the bar who hands out the bounties.
He doesn't know that.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I've already went through all the channels as far as he knows.
Yeah.
Make me an insight real quick, Hestian.
I was gonna say a deception, but sure, I can do it.
Well, I need an insight for other reasons. You can do deception in a second.
Okay. Insights.
I have a
Alright.
sneaky suspicion he's the one who...
Nope. That is gonna be a reroll.
Oh, okay.
Oh man.
Oh,
Oh man.
Luck
That
points?
is. No, I'm going to
Oh, wait.
add a D8 to
You're
that.
not cool like I am.
And so that's going to be a 16, and I'll use my one luck point that I have to make it a 17.
Fantastic. Now you can give me your deception.
What? Are you freaking serious?
Reroll.
This is a different roll. This is a different roll, though.
Yeah,
This is a
reroll
different
it.
roll.
It
Yes.
is.
This is
Consume all your sorcery points.
I'm gonna. Oh yeah, I'm
There.
gonna do everything. I'm gonna.
Alright, so with a 17 on insight and a 30 in deception, you're pretty sure he believes you, but you can see he's doing everything in his power to hold a sigh in. Not like a sleepy sigh, more of a, oh god damn you people sigh. And he said, right, I'll try and get myself down there and make sure they know how to clarify their shit.
Oh, don't bother yourself. I was just, in terms of compensation, just a bit more to make it fair for... I kind of lift up my shirt and show the giant bite mark through my body. To, for, cost, at the very least, would be nice. And I did have an ally who spent most of the nights in your recovery pools. He's not doing too well either. I figure
Recovery pools?
Well,
don't think
apparently there was some well, actually, I did hear about it, and I asked him about it, and he said it was boys only, and I wasn't invited.
He went alone. He didn't tell anyone.
Oh, he didn't tell anyone? Okay.
Also, they don't get referred to as
fine,
recovery
fine.
pools here. That's why he's confused.
Well, I was just placating it as a sauna. But no. Then I don't say that then, and I say, instead, another of my allies gathered some rather grievous wounds as well. Typical salves in, today's market, between 3 to 4 scales if you're getting something that's worthwhile. So an additional 20 scales on top of what was originally promised doesn't sound too far-fetched, yes?
Look, you're an alright sort, I'll give you that. But we put up the amount of scales we get based off what we're able to give on a bounty. And unlike those fancy pants down in your local cause, we don't exactly spend a huge amount of time worrying about the exchange of goods here. If you're wanting to make a lot, you gotta go down there. This is the place for smithing and fighting and drinking.
And I understand that, and I agree with it wholeheartedly, which is why I brought you this. That full bottle that Vinkosh bought of the fire mead, I'm gonna take it out and hand it to this gentleman. I figured if I was going to bother you with something so trivial, I should at least bring a gift to you.
Alright. I'm gonna let you make a persuasion with advantage because you're bribing him with something he likes.
Oh, man. 23.
Oh, this is gonna make today a lot more tolerable. I can't make you any promises, but I can talk to the people who arrange those and see if they can't make sure they pay out a bit more in the future.
And as of today, we did agree that 20 scales was fine, yes? I kind of give him a mischievous smirk as I say that.
He pauses for a moment, and you're watching him over to see how he responds, and if there were a poker face to match your own, you're pretty sure you just encountered it.
I fucking love this guy.
But after a moment, he lets out a whistle, and one of the assistants comes out, and he says to them, "Let the mead hall know to hand out another 20 scales for the last hunt this lot did. You can divvy them up yourself."
I give him a bow. I do appreciate it. And for the record, if you need someone to drink that vodka with, I'm more than willing. And I give him a very suggestive nod as I turn and head out the door.
In the distance, you hear.
You're assuming you're assuming it survives that long to share it.
I just give a chuckle as I throw a hand over my shoulder and wave as I'm heading towards the door. And then I see Gunther, and all of my joy that I'm feeling disappears.
Ouch! Wow! Wow!
I'm just just completely I got this big smile, and all of a sudden I'm like, "Oh, Gunther! Oh, it's such a pleasure to see you.
You're coming with me."
It's so drug off.
We're climbing the volcano.
Oh my gosh! I just shifted myself at my desk and accidentally shoved it and almost knocked everything over.
Oops. You good there?
Yeah, I mean now, like I.
All
like,
right. So very quickly,
I grabbed it at the tipping point of my desk, and it was a bad idea.
very quickly, I do want to ask, Gonthar, where are you trying to drag Hestian?
I want to drag him to the top of the volcano. We're already 2/3 the way up. I want to show him. This is cool. I showed the others.
Well, I am drug against my will.
And
You're coming with me.
apparently, yes, you are being dragged up the volcano.
I carried you home. So you get to use your legs now and come with me, or I'll carry you up there myself.
As he's being drugged, as he's like, "Where are you taking me?"
It's not the volcano! I want to show you!
Actually, I did have something I needed to do first.
It'll only take a second!
Whoa!
Oh. All right, we'll get to that shortly. Zara.
Yep, I'm here.
Fantastic. So, Zara, as you are continuing your studies in the writing house, you hear someone come in the doorway. If you bother to raise your head and look up, you make note of the fact that it is one of the people who supposedly assists Elder Torkal with managing things around town, and they're passing along that Elder Torkal would appreciate it if they could try to get a little better in the clarifications and explanations on what goes on to the papers for down in the meat house for hunts. The response to which is, "These people can't even read most of the time. How am I supposed to add more detail?" And there's just a shrug of, "I don't fucking know."
What
This
brought
place
on
is
this?
organized.
By the way, Zara's looking at him out of the corner of his eye while kind of still paying attention to what he's doing.
I'm assuming you're saying that out loud.
Yes.
I think it was one of your friends who pointed out that the thing you went after, the paper for it, didn't exactly give as much information as it could have, and so they supposedly needs to be better clarified. I don't know how. I'm just a messenger right now.
Zara pauses. Zara pinches the bridge of his nose. God damn it, Hestian.
Saw, dude.
Wait, no, hold on. Damn it, that's not the right terminology. I'm sorry.
Origins, damn it.
By the origins, Hestian. What the hell? Is there any, like, numbers associated in the world?
Not yet.
Okay. My recommendation would probably be to draw 2 of them, maybe. Like, and it'll just take a piece of paper and it'll like draw, like put a circle like over here, and then it'll put a circle like over here to signify that there's like put one there and put one there. Maybe that would make it more to the point that there'd be 2 of them.
I mean, we can certainly try that, but if there's gonna be a lot more than 2 of anything when people go out hunting, that's gonna crowd up the page.
We really need to figure out a numerical system then.
Give me a flat intelligence roll there, Zara.
Damn it, not only was 1. 17.
Fantastic. So, as you're saying this, you get an offhanded comment from Key. I don't know, why don't you just make scratch marks on the paper to denote numbers? You just draw some claws and go from there. You know, just do a few down and then one across or something.
How the key read my mind?
Sorry, what?
Key was suggesting tally marks.
Well, I understood that.
You know, just put some claw
No,
marks
he said
on
how
the
did
page.
Key? He said how did Key read his mind? He said.
Because I was thinking the same thing.
I was thinking something very different, but also worked.
Yeah, I
I was
mean,
also trying to,
Key just offhandedly comments like, "It makes some scratch marks. One scratch mark or somewhere on the page for how many it's supposed to be, and like a smaller but lots more scratch marks for how much you expect people to get or something."
Are any of these, are there any, like, monster hunting, whatever, posters in this room?
Oh, there's a few that are being worked on because this is where those are made as well.
Are there any that look like they're trying to figure out there are more than one or whatever?
Roll me an investigation check. Yeah,
20.
you're able to find at least a few. There's one that is they're trying to figure out how to note that there's 3 things. There's one for like a small pack of 20. You know, a few different ones.
That's gonna kind of side-eye Key and in Key's head. He'll just hear, you know, that's not a bad idea. And then he will kind of lean over the person that has the 20 and the 3 and go, just add a scratch mark for the number of them. And when you get to 4, do a mark across for the 4 to make a 5.
The person working on it stops, thinking about it for a moment. It's like, that might work, actually. And then he starts making those scratch marks. Now, he puts the ones for the number of creatures expected at the top. And for the reward, he does the same thing, except he does that on the bottom, and he puts a small drawing of a scale above it to try to make sure it's noted as, like, numbers of things, numbers of pay.
I will then, with minor illusion, kind of have a line be drawn to, like appear on the page to kind of separate the two. Like, okay, I'm just gonna do this. Like, the number of monsters are up here, the monster picture is here, and then there's a line dividing them, and then the pay.
Yeah.
So it's better divided,
Yeah.
and it's more clear.
He takes advantage of that minor illusion to trace over it. And, you know, there's...
Did Hestian and Zara just create Roman numerals?
Sure.
less Roman numerals,
tally
but,
marks.
you know,
Tally marks, yeah.
it's a very rudimentary counting system.
No, I'm just pointing out the fact that like the characters are supposed to be like, you know, overarching in the world or whatever, but it's
Yeah.
like numbers have been created because Hestian complained about not getting, you know, not having accurate information, and then Zara's like, let's do this, and like,
Yeah.
And
That's
nasty
awesome.
numbers.
I
That is
told
awesome.
you people, with this campaign, your actions are going to have long-term effects on the world.
Yeah.
Congratulations! In the age of creation, you helped invent ways to count. All right, but yeah, there's a degree of you know, applause and adulation and hurrahs with the doings of that. So yeah, that people are happy that that was done. What the hell are you doing?
I'm typing out hi.
Oh, okay.
It's just perfectly in character.
It weirdly is
She puts
too.
the high signal in the sky, like, "Where are my friends?"
But at least I
Alright.
would say, if the alphabet as we know it existed, it does not.
It's the bat signal.
All right,
Alright.
For Goomba.
all right.
There's your high signal.
That's how you know what to avoid.
So yeah, because Hestian complained, and because you got an idea out of Key that was actually useful, you have invented numbers, and you're able to get back to your practicing working on the calligraphy.
Question: how many people are training me, or is it just one person?
One person is training you. The other people who are in this building are working on either their own stuff for their own needs or stuff that Elder Torkal needs them to work on. Because for many of them, what they're trying to do is they're trying to decipher different marks in the tongue of origin and try to figure out what they mean.
Would I be able to lessen the amount of days left if I were to offer to help what those the tongue of origins ones that they are trying to decipher mean by having Key assist me, and then they help me, and then thus while they're trying to also practice writing them down, I'm also writing them down.
Give me a persuasion roll.
15. I'm gonna make that a 16 with my last luck point.
Okay. Alright, so, with 16, one of them, who's trying to work on the translations, is a little surprised that you have a way to assist with, getting these translations done and understanding them. But, if just helping you figure out how to work out the calligraphy tools a little faster is all they have to do to get some of that knowledge, they're more than happy to do that. So one of them does, like, set aside their translation work to help. This is going to take off another 15 days off of your required training time.
That would be down to 14.
14 you have left?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I started early, remember?
You did. No, I'm just checking because I'm trying to remember. There's very smart people.
I have this up on my in bio.
Yeah.
It's in my bio.
Fantastic. There are very smart people who are trying to work in this house because, they're trying to figure out, writing outside of, like, basic drawings.
Yeah, and like between them helping me, if Key notifies me at any point that someone did something wrong, I'll kind of make my way over and act like I didn't get, like, otherworldly knowledge from somebody else and just start pointing him out.
I mean, if you're doing it every time, you basically getting up every 5 minutes because Key would anytime Key sees them doing something wrong, he just blurts it out without thinking. Oh, that's wrong. That's supposed to go the other way.
I'd probably do it maybe once, like, a few times, maybe like once or 2 or 3 times every maybe 45-ish minutes.
Fantastic.
Like if they're just, even if they're just next to me and he says one is next to me, I will, like, say, sorry, that one's wrong.
Yeah.
And I will actually minor illusion, like, the correction.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Like having Key, like, help with the minor illusion to actually make it more accurate, and then they can just trace over it.
Yeah, you are gonna get some people asking how you know that, though.
I'm trying to remember. Hold on, where are my notes? Was it lore, maybe? No? Players? NPCs? It was NPCs. I met with a broodling and I was bestowed knowledge. It was, Let me see if I get the right one. Dole of Gobrod.
Dole
It
of
was
Goldbrod.
the Dole of Gobrod. It was the gift bestowed upon me when I was able to take care of the Titan during the festival.
They think for a minute. Now that's... I feel like I need you to try and make a deception check on that one. Because you are trying to hide information.
Well, here's also the thing, is that I'm going off of somebody else also getting a gift from being the winner of a hunt and taking down
Yes,
a Titan.
I'm gonna say I want the deception roll, but it's not a high DC.
Okay.
Because you are using...
24!
Alright.
Yeah.
I need to roll a thing real quick. Alright, fantastic. So,
Zara pays attention to everything.
yeah. So, the response that you get is Dole of Goldbrod. Oh, that's one of Adamant. Oh, you got to meet Adamant?
Yes.
Damn.
Oh, I got the notes mixed up. That's my fault.
Oh, no, you're fine. No, you would have met Dole of Goldbrod, but Dole is not a broodling. They are a descendant of a broodling. They themselves are not a broodling, but the broodling that Dole took you to was Adamant.
I have that. I had them mixed up
It's quite alright.
in my notes.
So, like, there... A few people in the building over here and they're like, oh damn, so like it was Adamant who gave out the prize this year. Oh wow. He's stubborn. He must have liked you.
Thanks. Yes.
Oh wow. You can see there's a degree of like people being very impressed because, and it's not hard to sort this out, blessings from one of the broodlings are incredibly rare. But, with that information, yeah, you're able to imply that you have been granted special powers of knowledge by one of the broodlings. And they believe it.
Technically, I did take skill expert, so.
You did.
Yeah, he basically did.
I know. That's why it was a low DC.
and I did use knowledge that was technically told to us.
Yeah.
Well, and that again, that's why it's a low DC, because the best lies are only partially lies.
All of this knowledge was told to you.
Yeah. But with that sorted, like, you are gonna get a few people referring to you in that house now as Adamant Blessed.
Ooh. That's hot.
Because to them, being blessed by a broodling is, it's very noteworthy. It's worthy of recognition. The broodlings are functionally the closest this world has to demigods, so, Any case,
Zara, now the town is going to start knowing your name.
yeah,
Just FYI.
Zara, blessed by Adamant. That's gonna pass around town eventually.
That's going to pass around town fast. And then it's going to get around town that, oh, it's the whole party.
I did say that the rest of... Didn't I say that the rest of them were with me? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, they would know.
Yeah.
They just didn't know which broodling gave the blessing, and they don't know what the blessing was. Knowing that your
It's also
blessing
not
is
necessarily...
knowledge...
It's also not necessarily public widely known public information.
Like, people...
About what has what's going on.
If I can, the general public would know that there was a festival, and there were prizes for it. These people, as part of the house that's been working on a very important project closely connected to Elder Torkal, have more knowledge than the average person. In any case, so yeah, that's gonna be happening to you from now on in this writing house.
Yes.
We're gonna pop
I
over
got
to...
to know.
What's
I
that?
got to know the words, but I don't know how to write them. Hooray!
Yeah, and, you know, after you're done learning calligraphy, you can probably get Key's help actually understanding the language later.
Duh.
Alright. For now, we're gonna actually pan over to Vinkosh. How you doing there, Vinkosh?
All I really wanted to learn was recipes. Everyone's just taking forever.
I know, and I do apologize. So you're wanting to work on food recipes as well as your training.
Yes. So in the evening, I want to just talk to the bartender, get some recipes for eggs.
All right.
This isn't something I will need to learn. I'm already a culinarian.
Yes. No,
Just
you
talk
are.
about it.
You are absolutely able to do that, and you go over a few different cooking recipes that are available to you. You know, they go into like the details of like how many ingredients they need for each of the recipes, some of their options. You should have access to the recipes section under cooking, so you're able to like pick a few of those and see if you've got the stuff to make them and give that a try.
I'll just learn the egg dumpling and tempura one.
Fantastic. And I am going to have to work out what each of those does based on which components you use later, or just make you look it up.
I'm already doing it.
Fantastic. All right. Is there anything else you're wanting to get up to during your 5 days of training, or is it like just that's the big things you're working on?
He's just been mostly working on his training.
Fantastic. Bit of training, a bit of cooking. It's all good stuff. And you're able to practice with mundane ingredients rather than special ones, so you can get recipes with more confidence when you actually want to mix in the better stuff for them. All right. Before...
Oh, and in the meantime, I want to see if I could try to find someone who's selling essence.
Ooh. Okay.
Because it's needed for all magical meals.
It is. It is. God, that is actually a very good question. Would anyone here sell essence?
Town full of hunter.
True. Essence is used in some of the most rare and powerful things that get made. I am going to roll something real quick. Alright, so, from what I will let you know, give me a survival roll, please. Well, no. Actually, yeah, survival's fine. Because it would have been survival, perception, or investigation on this one. So, with the 22, you're able to find out that in the inner parts of town, there is, like, one person who collects essences and occasionally sells them, but they don't sell them for cheap. Like, depending on the essence, they can go upwards of, like, 100 scales for one.
Jeez, I am never going to be able to use my tools. I'll go ahead and buy the 100 essence.
I mean... the
100 scale essence.
Yeah, you're absolutely able to do that. I need to bring up the stuff on where I can find essences then. Which one was that in?
It doesn't do anything else I've cooked.
You are not opening. Why aren't you opening? I'll sort that out later. Anyways. So yeah, you're absolutely able to do that. The last thing we're gonna get up to, before we're done for the night, is, Gonthar, you're dragging Hestian up the volcano. I presume it's to meet a certain someone.
Ideally, yes, but also, I do just want to show him the view from the top of the volcano, because it's really cool.
Alright, Gonthar, you end up dragging Hestian to the top of the volcano, or at least as close as you can without it becoming very difficult to breathe. Which I'm
She
gonna say
doesn't
is,
really register
I'm gonna say is
when
probably
that is
about
for
this
Hestian,
line.
because... Yeah.
Hestian,
Hestian.
Hestian, you're able to see, like, from the top of this volcano, the view is stunning, and you can see extremely far out from up here. But the higher up you go, you know it's going to get harder and harder to breathe.
I want to show you the inside.
It gets harder and harder to breathe.
Oh, it is hot
Oh,
enough
yeah.
that you are finding yourself sweating a lot.
As Gunthar
Hestian?
is
Yes.
dragging me, I just kind of... I don't know what you're trying to show me, but I'm finished. I need more so than anything a drink, but why are we going toward this soot-filled pit of despair?
Oh. I wanted to show you my home.
And it is
Where
very
I come
lovely.
from.
It truly is very lovely, but I'm not of your ilk. You're going to kill me, quite literally. I would prefer to find myself in the arms of a rather muscular or very feminine person before the end of the night. And smelling and looking as though I do now is going to make it very difficult. You understand, don't you?
Can
I
I
say as I gently place my hand on your shoulder.
Can I get both of you
And,
to
like,
roll me
pull it away, like,
perception checks
It
quickly?
burns a little like...
Okay, she's not... Touching her is not going to sit... She is uncomfortably hot, but not so much that you, like... That it's like a response of wanting to
Alright,
pull
so
your
then
finger away from her.
He kind of puts his hand on her shoulder and he's like, "Ooh, that's right, your favorite girl." And I do appreciate that as well.
Okay.
Well, you can both give yourself some luck points.
I gotta...
Because while you are having this conversation, someone taps both of your shoulders from behind you.
Ah! Oh! Hi!
Little Tharn, how are you
As-
today?
As she taps my shoulder, there is a reverberation from my body as I instinctually put up a shield as she touches me. And I turn around and, like, as I do, I kind of reach down toward my waist like I'm trying to draw something, and I notice, like, this fire monster in front of me.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And I'm going to hop step back, and I'm going to have a blade appear in my hand as I say, "Gunther!" And I kind of pause for a minute. I'm like, look at her. I look at this, look at this lady, this person. And I look at Gunther again, and I let myself go lax, and the blade disappears. And I say, "My most humble apology. I'm assuming you are of her ilk. I did not mean to offend, of course. But when I'm in such a hostile place, other living creatures seem to put me on edge, to say the very least."
Tharn, your friend here seems jumpy.
Yeah.
No offense has been taken. Worry not. Tharn is not the only one who enjoys their little games.
So Hestian's about to do some Hestian stuff.
Good. You are going to find yourself sorely disappointed.
That's fine.
But-
kind of recovering, he kind of collects himself. Well, I mean, with a lady such as yourself, you must find men falling upon themselves more often than not, just at the sheer visage of yourself.
Most
Such
of them are not
fiery
foolish
beauty.
enough to try.
Well, a fool I am, and a fool I shall die. Hestian Varesh. As I give like a flourished bow, it is a pleasure to meet you.
I do understand we're not made like you are, right?
Oh, made, disassembled, reassembled, placed upon this world in your own. I kind of give her a very suggestive look. I'm talking about not gunfire, but
Yes, I figured.
the
she-
shell that you are placed in is of no consequence whenever it comes to passion. Yes.
She just looks you up and down. Like the headpiece itself just looks down and then up. It's like, is your friend immune to the touch of fire?
Oh, I assure you
I
I'm
don't
not.
know.
I do like a touch of pain on occasion. I say with a very suggestive smile.
I do not
You should try
think
it.
you would survive the attempt. I am of the Gon. Stud now.
Oh, but I do pray that you give me the opportunity, my lady. Perhaps a drink tonight to properly libate ourselves for the foolish act that might take place. Hestian's gonna Hestian, okay? I don't care if it breeds. Like at the end of the day, if it breeds, like it's fair game.
It doesn't breathe.
He's a trisexual. He'll try everything once.
Well,
Incredible.
technically you all breathe. I'm gonna say.
I thought he said breed. I was like, no.
I'm gonna say you can attempt to make me a persuasion check. This will be at disadvantage.
This will be to see how funny it is. How funny she finds it.
Oh shit! Does Hestian lose his bit tonight? Is that what's happening?
Okay.
Oh! Disadvantage 23.
Yeah, after looking you up and down for a moment and introducing herself, she looks to Gonthar and says, Tharn, your friend is amusing. I applaud the freedom he has to try something even if it might result in his death.
Oh yeah, that would probably kill him. Very quickly.
And I'm going to say immediately after that, and a death well deserved, and such lovely presence would be more than my life is worth.
I do not think you understand what we are beneath these shells, but perhaps you'll find out in the future. It will be a discussion for another time. I have much work to do.
I was going to show him.
I
You won't
It's
survive
fine,
them.
Gunthar. It's fine, Gunthar. Perhaps your friend here could show me the ways of your people. And
Okay.
And I give her a bow and reach my hand out for hers.
She sort of just crosses her arm, and even though the helmet doesn't move, you get the distinct impression that if it could, an eyebrow would be raised right now.
Totally fine. Of course. It will take time.
If your friend is not equipped for the heat or for the smoke, I suggest you get them set up with something from the Master Smiths to ease that. Otherwise, you will not have a particularly good time up here for very long. You will probably
Yeah.
choke to death before you get up to whatever it is you'd like to do up here.
Okay.
In truth, just this level here is a bit much for breathing. And I do appreciate your candor. And I shall bid you lady to do. Gunthar, I
I'll
do
go carry you down.
No, I'm
She
fine.
scoops you up and throws you over her shoulder.
As you,
that's
like,
gonna
I
ta-
go into a bow and get scooped up, but as I get scooped up, whoop, I disappear.
Oh, he did that again.
And I
Okay, I guess
hurriedly
he's
make
walking
my way
down.
away.
Your friends are entertaining, Tharn.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you need?
He's probably going to die.
Oh, of that I'm certain. Everything dies. The question is when.
Please at least make it entertaining.
Somehow, I suspect that's the one thing you don't have to worry with that friend in particular.
I missed you. She just sort of big hug.
We all missed you too, Tharn. Off you go. Go have your fun.
We killed 2 more things today. They were really big. And they almost split him in half. And then another one of us in half. And it was really cool.
You know,
I'm gonna see you later. Huh?
never mind. Go have fun.
Okay.
Stad now just sort of shakes her helmet back and forth as you make your way off and back down. And I think that is where we're going to call it for today. It has been a wonderful
I just want to let
session.
you know, Hastian's going to try to make fire-resistant potions.
I would be
That's-
surprised if you didn't at this point.
I would be surprised if that mattered.
That's just...
It's a useful tool
So-
to have later when we eventually fight.
So it's going to be a mixture of fire-resist potions and shield. Homie gotta go strapped.
And that
Alright,
is
that's-
just now. That's not Lovas or Varukt.
Alright, that's probably...
But like I said, that is where
That's
we
what we're
are
gonna-
going to call it. Thank you
We
everyone.
did
who
have
came
another.
out.
We did have another 5 days of.
Yes, you are getting another 5
Right,
days
yeah.
of training in,
There you go.
which will be we will be talking about again in the magical world known as next week. As if
How
mem-
much time has... For Hestian, Venkosh, and I, how many days are training?
15.
15?
yes, it would be 15 for you and 16 for Zara, who started a day before you all.
Yep, and has a
Actually, 2
crib.
I
days
do-
before them.
She's 26.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as
I
I
did
was
wanna
saying
look
very
into-
quickly, because I need to get this done and out of the way before we say anything else.
Okay.
For those of you who were here watching, thank you very much for hanging out. For everyone from the raid train on Mad City, thank you very much for showing up. I hope it was at least entertaining seeing my knuckle chucks get up to
Hello.
what they get up to. We
was
do
fun.
this every Monday, so if you want to watch it again, you're welcome to. We are skipping the 22nd, I believe it is, because I do have some stuff going on and I will not be available to host. Otherwise, this has
We
been a
did
great
have
session.
double our viewer count. That was awesome.
We had 20 people at the start.
Well, yeah, no, I'm saying like consistently we had at least 6 viewers. So there's more viewers in the thing right now
Oh,
than
I
we
know.
have players.
Oh,
That
I'm
means,
I'm
like we actually have people viewing. What's up, y'all?
I'm very happy about that. But yeah, like I said, this is where we're gonna call it for today. I am going to set the raid train, even though the official one is done, to go and bother one of the other people who is still actively streaming at the moment.
Okay.
So it's going to be, if I'm typing in this right,
Bad dog.
we're gonna send people off to go watch one of the people who was watching and being part of the train earlier. And that's where I'm gonna call for tonight. Bye, everyone.